Frank After Hours. You like to hang at that? Well, like Mark has Mark After Dark, so you can't like really copy Mark After Dark. And then when I looked up, like I wasn't sure what After Hours meant. What's up, Frank?
What is up, dude?
I wasn't sure what After Hours meant. And it said after normal working or opening hours, typically those of bars and nightclubs. Like she was going to work after hours at an after hours jazz club. So once I saw that was the meaning of after hours, I was like, yes, it's after hours. And therein is how I incorporated the Frank Scalish with the flowing mane that will forever haunt you.
I'm not even saying a word. I'm not saying nothing.
All right, well, here's what we're doing tonight. I have not right now. If you jump in right now, I won't bring you in because we're going to bloviate for a little because we've had a lot go on. I went on like 3 rants on today's show because Pake South had 96 pounds, blew everyone away, and got all the scope hate in the world for it, which really pissed me off.
Yeah, don't even get me started on it because I think there's a lot of whining and crying.
Yeah. So I'm going to get you started on it, but not right now. But the link is in the description in the show. If you want to jump on, you can ask Frank a question. You can join the show. You can do whatever you want a little bit later on. We have some special guests who are going to jump on, maybe 3 or 4. I don't know if you know about those.
I don't know about anything.
None of them are arch nemesis of yours.
Oh, I don't care if they are. That's not a go ahead to get somebody.
I said I wasn't going to jump on. Let's do it right now, though. Larry, can you hear us?
Hey, Frank, how's it going?
This is how it works right now because the link's in the description. We're just going to test it out to say like you guys can jump on too. What's going on, Larry? You're like the first guest. We're 2 minutes in. This is the quickest we've ever gotten to content without bloviation.
That's awesome. But we do enjoy the bloviating, you guys.
Well, I appreciate that.
So, Frank, the big question is this. I'm going to take advantage of the early Canadian season this year. I've never done that before in the Thousand Islands.
Oh, that's a good idea. I know Travis Manson absolutely drills them with smallmouth crush up there, like mid-30s bags.
Yeah, but my question is, so never been up there that early in the year. I think the early season ends, I think, April 15th or something like that. So where should I start looking, Frank? Because the water's going to be cold.
When does it start?
Oh, it starts ice out. I mean, it starts December 30th or something crazy like that. But
oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Ice out until April 15th.
Yep.
Kirk's on here saying it ends May 10th.
Oh, it ends.
And he's holding 2 giant smallmouth, but April 15th, May 10th.
Okay, hey, that's even better, but still. So if I'm going to go up early, do I start deep and then go shallow, or are these guys going to be up in the warmest water they can find right off the bat?
Well, here's the thing. Fish that are out in 20, 30 feet don't know there's 5-degree water temperature difference shallow. Okay. They start migrating because the days start to get longer. They have no idea. So here's what I've experienced. I've gone out literally in the first week of April here, and I've had smallmouth already migrating. Like smallmouth will migrate up rivers and estuaries. And I've had them already migrating the 1st of April. I've also had, when I was catching the ones that were running up the estuaries, my buddy was out on the main lake catching them. So where he was catching them, 15 to 25 feet deep, I was catching them 4 to 12.
Okay.
So it's all dependent on the fishery. Now, with Thousand Islands, you have a lot of current in the river. River flow is going to be important. When does the ice actually leave is going to be important. I'm not going to play the water temperature game because I think they start moving when the days start getting longer.
Okay.
So that's kind of my thing. It just depends. If you want to focus in the river, that's going to be very different than focusing on the main lake.
So yeah, probably not on the main lake because I don't have that kind of a boat. But so the river, should I treat the smallmouth and the largemouth the same? Because the bays and stuff off the river, where the largemouth are going to hang different than the smallmouth, right?
Yeah, well, the smallmouth, they'll migrate. Okay, so they'll migrate to shallower areas. But I believe that this is such a tricky game, right? We're playing right here. I believe that you could find them deep and you could find them shallow.
It's not a very good answer, Frank.
It's a terrible answer.
Narrowing it right down, Frank.
It's a terrible answer, but it's the truth. It just depends. It just depends on what you like to do the best. But okay, so here, let's start out with a system. We're going to start out with a system. I would start working deep and I would work my way shallow, but I wouldn't randomly do it. I would pick an area that you know that the bass go shallow to spawn or shallower to spawn. Because in that body of water, they will spawn 18 to 20 feet deep or deeper. There's going to be also fish that are going to spawn super shallow within eyesight of you.
Right.
So I would pick an area that you know is going to get a heavy spawn potential, and I would start off of that deep, and I would work my way to the spawning grounds. And that's how I would do it. And when you encounter them, then you could translate it to other places within the river system that are similar.
Well, hopefully my new koi keys will be here by then, and I can call them up with that with my my Garmin live scope. So we'll see what happens.
Well, I hope they come in time for you.
I mean, like I would predominantly, I mean, I've never fished at that time of year, but I would also suggest going over to Travis's channel and watching. He's got some winter time, really early season stuff on Lake Ontario, and you might have to go back a couple years to like see some of it. But I know him and Epic Eric have had days where they group up on the Canadian side where they can fish and just plow them. And Frank, bait wise, I mean, you're talking low and slow out there, like that little compact football jig and a Ned rig and stuff is like they're not going to pass that up, I guess.
They won't pass that. They will not pass that up. But if your water temperatures are still in the 40s, I wouldn't rule out a blade bait, and I wouldn't rule out like a Flash Mob Junior and a rig.
Yeah, check the Canadian regulations over there.
Yeah. See how many
we're getting chatterbait. Yeah, we're getting all that. So we're doing deep, shallow, fast, and slow moving baits. You're just gonna smash them everywhere you go, Larry.
Yeah, I mean
I like that system though.
Yeah.
Just start out off the spawning areas deep and work your way in. As soon as you get to the right size you want, then you could duplicate it throughout the system. But if you go randomly, if you go random, okay, your chances of running into them are random.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I got you.
So just pick a small area, start deep, work shallow. The minute you get a depth range that you're comfortable with and that you're catching fish on, just go duplicate it. The system has millions of fish in it. So you're going to get rewarded regardless. I know in the early season on the lake, we'll fish deep with blade baits and catch them because those fish aren't coming in yet. You know what I mean? So you'll have an option. You'll have options to you.
And the blade bait's that thing that we did in the show on where it's a and you let it go about.
Yeah.
And here, don't be shy on the blade bait. 1/2 ounce, 3/4. Don't go don't even go lighter than a half because you're wasting your time. You want it to get down and do its thing and do its thing. But if you do have live scope, I would have an A rig. I would have some deep diving jerk baits. I would play the game. I'd have minnows. I mean, I would play the game.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Frank. I enjoy it. Thanks a lot, Panger.
Thanks, Larry.
Buddy.
There it is, right off the bat. Talk about some good information.
Yeah, but dude, I feel horrible because that place is so prolific. There's so many options over there.
Yeah, no, I agree, and it is big. But I know like when you find them, you like that time of year, like from what I have understood in the conversations I've had. I've never fished it. Like when you find them, you find them.
Yeah, they're ganged. They're stacked. They're stacked.
Yeah, a lot of guys saying that. Last year was my first return to the air because there's some intimidating me going to have it rigged on early ice there. So.
Yeah, dude. Well, I remember when the A-rig came out. It was like cheating. That's what they called it. You couldn't throw the A-rig because it was like cheating. But yeah, I mean, are you looking down or are you froze on me?
Oh no, I'm texting. I'm doing one of those shows where I'm trying to make sure I got everything lined up for the people that we have coming in. So, like I said, a little bit later on, we'll do some more Q&A like that. We got some guys coming in. This is, I don't want to call it a makeup show, but we're kind of testing out maybe a little bit of after hours with Frank.
We have a little
people
thing,
like it. There's a bunch of people who shockingly work at 8:30 a.m. Central Time on Thursdays.
Yeah. So there's a lot of people that actually, have a life to contend with and can't chime in live in the morning.
Yeah. First things first, we will be at the Bassmaster Classic in Knoxville, Tennessee, on the Tennessee River here in just a couple weeks. You don't happen to? Do you have the times?
I do.
Do you have the times on your head on where we'll be?
Yeah, they're not on my head. They're in my phone.
They're on your phone. But like we've done for the last several years, if you're planning on coming to the Bassmaster Classic, there will be several meet and greet opportunities with the man Frank Scalish at the
Pradco booth.
At the Pradco booth, just like it always has been. And there will be numerous giveaways for those who are first in line.
And I don't know if I want to let the cat out of the bag, but
you don't have to let the cat out of the bag. We can do that like next week.
Yeah, I'm not letting the cat out of the bag, but I will have a very special bait that I will be signing and giving away.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you know how many they're bringing?
400.
So 200 each day.
Yeah.
So and then also for the first 25 in line each day, I haven't even seen these yet. They're actually going to be at the Bassmaster Classic, but a custom black and green BTL koozie that my lovely wife will be there giving out to the first 25 in line each day. All right, hit them with the times. Right?
Okay, so Friday, the first day is Friday, I believe. We'll be at the Pradco booth at 4 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. And then a Saturday, we will be at the booth at 1:30 to 3.
Okay.
There.
And then you're jetting.
I'm jetting on Sunday.
You drive that too, don't you?
Yeah, that's no big deal. It's like 7.5 hours.
7.5 hours. So this will be, I think, what, our 4th classic?
Yeah, man. Yeah. They're fun. You guys are great. The fans are great. That's the only reason I go. Because if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't even go. To be honest with
it's
you.
A good time. But it is a very cool bait that will be this year's classic giveaway bait. So
yeah, and it was a surprise to me too. It was a total surprise to me too. We were talking about some things that we were going to do, and then I got a phone call later and said, "Hey, we found something." And I'm like, "What do you got?" And they told me, and I'm like, "Oh, heck yeah. Oh yeah, we're doing it."
I like it.
Yeah,
I like it. Did you, how closely did you follow this past Bassmaster Open?
I followed it fairly closely because of you and Frankie were in it.
Yeah,
so
you had Frankie who was in it, who had a hell of a tournament.
Yeah, he did for his first one. He did unbelievable. It was great, actually.
But I thought he had a chance to like top 20 it maybe, like just kind of some of the, I mean, I didn't talk to him much. It was kind of weird because he was there, but then like when you're at the Open, you're doing your thing and he's got his house with I've got my guys, I got his house, but we were like close in flight, so we saw each other at the weigh-in each day. Here's Frankie right here. We'll bring Frankie in. What's up, Frank?
You're muted.
What's up, boys?
Oh, no, you're not muted. All right.
No, he's good.
I know how to work a computer, Dad.
Oh, do you? Okay.
So what did you end up finishing 50th?
55th.
55th, and I finished 73rd, 211 guys. What was your thoughts on the first? I know you've wanted to do this a long time, Frankie. What was your thoughts on like the first open, like pre-tournament jitters? Like I've talked with Frank about this a lot, like in opens and classics and elite series events. Like, did you have those pre-tournament jitters where, you know, there's 200 boats are all sitting down there? I thought we did a great job of getting in the water with the low water, 9.5 foot. What was going on inside?
Yeah, inside. Pepto-Bismol.
Well, it's a lot like a roller coaster, right? So, no, surprisingly, once tournament morning got there, I was more stressed during practice and stuff.
How about the meeting? The meeting was what killed me every time.
The meeting was
meeting was long, but it was the first meeting of the year, so we had to drive our boats through and make sure we had the right inches of graphs and had the right transducers and had everything dialed in. And then they told everybody to be back at 2. So then we all got back at 2 and registered. And then the meeting was the first meeting where he went through everything. So it was like 3 hours of our life we'll never get back.
Yeah, pretty much. No, dude, like for me though, I mean, honestly, like it's kind of corny, I know, but like, you know, having Pops go through all this and be a pro and all that stuff, for me, it's like, I've been waiting so long to try to do this, you know, it's like my previous career choice made it impossible for a long time. So like I finally signed up, I finally got there, you know, and like practice was wild. It was wild. I was running all over the place, checking deep, checking shallow, intermediate. I was trying to stay multiple. I was trying to do as many different things as I could to figure out where my best odds were at. Like the second day of practice was great. Like I was ready for the off day. After the second day of practice, I was like, I don't want to be out here another minute. Like I felt like I called Dad after the end of the second day of practice. And I was like, dude, I feel like I've been out here for a week. He's like, that's good. And I'm like, dude, I've covered some ground, man. Like Panger, I went all the way up one arm, all the way up the other side.
Oh, you got bigger balls than me. There's no way I would run up that ash arm.
Oh, I wasn't scared.
Did you go past the bridge? Did you go past the bridge on the main arm?
No, I didn't
like
get
up
to
in a deer stand and all that.
I stopped. So you know how you got to split when you get all the way up? You got to split that last forest where there's that big flat on the right with all the standing timber, and then it runs out, and you got
you go in between the black and the amber.
I didn't split that forest. I stayed on our side.
On the beach side.
No, other arm.
Oh no, you stayed on the Caney side.
I fished
the left side.
I went to the bridge on that side, and then I went all the way up to like.
Wait, you ran Caney Flats to the bridge, 9.5 foot low.
I went around to the right, cut the forest, and then snuck up that way.
Interesting.
I know a guy who ran that flat. He just sent it.
Oh no, I know there were multiple guys who ran that flat, but I mean, it's a little bit of a Russian roulette situation. What was your sketchiest run ever, Frank? Like in your time on tour. Yeah, Frank's you're Frankie. Senior. This is Frank. Like the sketchiest run you have ever done in practice or a tournament or anything, looking back on it, you're like, I would never do that again.
I did too. And it was a bad move. Both of them were bad moves on my part. The first one was I was on Kentucky Lake, and I like Barkley a lot. So I ran to Barkley, and we launched out of Paris Landing.
Okay.
And I ran all the way to Barkley, all the way down the lake.
So what, 20 or 18 miles, 20 miles down.
I ran.
Then you had to go through the canal deal and
canal.
Then all the way back up Barkley.
Yeah, so I ran about 90 miles.
One way.
Yeah, and I ran the secondary channel in Barkley. And I lost it. I lost the channel. And I was running, and literally I could see sticks sticking out of the water, rocks sticking out of the water. And I'm like, this ain't good. And I have no freaking idea where the secondary channel, where I'm going to pick it up again. I didn't hit anything. I ran for a long way probably in zero water. And when I got to where I was going and I had to come back, I ran the main river channel back the whole way. I'm like, there ain't no way. There is no way I'm putting myself on my track line and trying to run that track line out of here. I'm going the main river channel, and I took an ass cracking with the wind, and I just did it. And then the other time was Santee Cooper. I ran.
You were going to say Toledo.
No, well, Toledo, no. Well, Toledo, I did a dumb thing, but I wasn't scared. Toledo, I did a really dumb thing, but Santee Cooper, it was honking, and everybody was freaking out about the waves and the wind and everything else. And a million years ago, I was with Shaw Grigsby, and he ran a back channel into the other lake. And it's a marsh. You're just
behind the islands,
behind everything. Yeah, you're just running behind everything. So I'm like, oh yeah, I could go there. And I started running through there, and I'm like, oh my God, there's no water. Some of the places you got to literally kiss the cypress tree, or you're going to be out of the ditch, and all this crap. And I laid a track line down there one day in practice. And I ran the track line, even when the weather was good in practice. I ran that track line and ran that track line and ran that track line. And that was weird.
Dude, I know exactly what we're talking about. I spent $2,500 of my own money. This was back when the Opens went there last time. We had the 30-day off limits. And Dave Rush, who's my buddy, is from there. I went there not to get his spots, but because I wanted to lay down track lines.
Right.
And I went there, and I had a handheld, I had a little GPS with it, and he ran me that back route. And there are, like, on that back trail, if you take those big wooden poles across and then get behind the islands, like where tournaments have been won and stuff, and then you want to run into the other lake, there are like 3 or 4 areas where if you're not on it,
you are
100% losing your motor.
Oh, without a doubt.
Like it's like zoop, 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 and then like it's very, and you're right. You're 10 feet from the biggest cypress trees you've ever seen, and that's the safest place to be.
Yeah, you have to be on them trees or you're dead. And and that was the weirdest shit. But the Toledo Bend tournament, the first day of that tournament, this is so bizarre. The first day of the tournament, I was fishing by the dam, the 3 creeks by the dam. I was fishing the middle of the lake where all those creek channels came to the main river channel. Okay. And I was fishing 25 to 30 some feet deep, drop shotting, and I was plastering them. And the second day of that tournament was canceled because a tornado was coming through. So they canceled this. Yeah. So they canceled the second day. So of course, I'm hanging out with Fishburne and Louis Stout and a few other people, and Fish is out of his ever loving mind. So it's 9 o'clock in the morning, and we're going to have a day. I mean, it's already started and we're having a day. So the third day of that tournament in the morning, there was so much residual wind and the waves were so big, and it was blowing right to the dam. And I knew that I couldn't stay out there effectively and do what I had to do. So I'm sitting there, it's blowing like a hurricane. We got our rain gear on. I have no rods on the deck. I got my map out. I'm trying to hold the map, and it's like a parachute. And my non-boater is just staring at me, looking at me. And I don't have anything on the boat. And so he goes, dude, what are you doing? And I go, I'm trying to figure out a place to go. He goes, what do you mean you're trying to figure out a place to go? I go, I'm trying to figure out a place to go fish. I can't go where I've been going. We're never going to get there, and we're never going to be able to fish. So I'm winging it. And dude, he comes off glued on me. And so I'm just like, whatever, man. So I pick a creek arm. I just pick a creek that I could get to. And so I run the boat lanes through, taking the waves as you got to take them, because on that lake you can't get out of the boat lanes. Taking them how I got to take them. I go up to this creek and I turn the corner and I run into the creek. I slow the boat down and I run into the creek. And as I came in the creek, I washed this little island. I washed it out with my prop, and the wave, not my prop, the wave. Yeah. And when I turned around and looked at it, I saw all these bait fish go. And so I'm like, okay, cool. And so I just keep motoring down the creek, and I'm like sitting on top of my seat kind of, so I could see the terrain. And I'm just going down this creek. I go all the way to the end. I turn around, I go all the way back to the mouth, and I beach the boat. And my non-boater goes ape shit. Like, he literally goes ape shit. We're supposed to be fishing, and I'm pulling all these rods out, cutting lures off, retying stuff. You know what I mean? And I'm like, dude, I'm so sorry. This is nothing like what I was doing the whole time I was here. And so I tie on a spinnerbait. I tie on a flipping stick. I got a lizard on one, a beaver on the other one. I got a couple of bass trick swim baits on, and I'm like, okay, we're going to that little island. And I go to the island and I start going around the island with the spinnerbait, and it's a small island, and I catch a limit by the time I get around the island. I got a limit. So I'm like, okay, we got to go cull these things, man. So I saw something a third of the way in the creek. We got to go. And so I put the boat up, I run to it. And what I saw little treetops sticking up out of the water on one tiny section of this creek arm, but the river channel went right up against it. So I slide in over there, I pick up my swim bait, I lob the swim bait out there, and I'm slow rolling it through that standing timber. And dude, it was like a garbage can boil. It just goes, whoa, and the water goes like that. And I crack the fish, and I come back, and I reel it in. I got no swim bait, and I'm throwing like a 6-inch bass tricks. I have nothing. And the first, I look down on the deck of the boat, and the first rod I see is my flipping stick. So I just pick it up and I pitch the beaver into that boil. And as soon as that thing hit the water, my line takes off. I crack the fish. It's like an 8.5 pounder. And so I'm like, holy shit. So I get it, and I call one, and I catch a couple more. I call another one, and I go, come on, we got to go to the back of the creek. And he goes, why don't we just fish back there? I go, no, we got to go to the back of the creek, dude. Didn't you see all the brush piles on that river channel ledge back there? So I run back there, I pick up the lizard, and I start flipping those brush piles. I start plastering them. And so I wind up coming in with a decent limit. Anyway, I overstayed my time in the creek. And I didn't understand how long it was going to take me to get back, because you have to run the boat lanes. So literally what I had to do is leave where I was at, pass up where the launch was, which was on the other side of the lake, then cut down the lake, and then come back. And I'm like, we're never going to make it. We got 2.5 minutes. We're not going to make this. And I said, dude, hang on. And I just went ripping across the lake, literally straight to where we launched.
Ill-advised on Toledo.
It was terribly
ill-advised. I hope you guys launched out of housing, because that would be the only way you could make it. There's a couple areas around there in 6 Mile you can just kind of run.
All I know is that my non-boater didn't say one freaking word.
I mean, I'm not too proud to admit that there have been times in the opens, like you go to these places, Rayburn, Santee, Toledo Bend. The only one that I haven't really been to that I know is treacherous is Seminole, and I have like a little thing in my head, like, God, I hope we don't go to Seminole. Just watching it and hearing it just looks sketchy. But Red River, that type of stuff. Like, I'm not too proud to say, like, I've been like idling through stuff and some dude rips past me and you still see his like boat wake and, you know, he's practicing and you're just like, hope he knows where he's going. And you hop in behind him just to get like a little bit of a lane there. Cause like, if you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Put a track down.
I don't know anybody who hasn't done that for sure, especially if there's like a lane that you see multiple guys running and you don't have it. Like I have hopped up and gotten that lane, like with no intention of stopping fishing anytime soon, like during practice, just so I have it.
Oh yeah, dude. I got a check on Seminole by the grace of God.
That place just looks scary. It sounds scary. I've heard tons of stories of, I had a buddy who was a marshal in the Elite Series in one of those tournaments out there. And like everybody's following the boat lanes. And the guy he's with goes, I haven't done this yet, but in theory, this will work. And he just veers out of the boat lane and just takes off. And I mean, Marcy, he was just gripping. He was just like that. And literally they got to their spot and there's a bunch of boats around and they're like, all the other guys were like, dude, you are nuts for what you just did.
Yeah. I mean, it's stupid. Like I have the funniest Red River tournament story in the world. So one of my, I think it was my first or second Elite event. And, I got a check in the first one and we go to the Red River and I get to this boat ramp and I don't know where the river is. And I launch the boat and I start idling out and I'm like, I don't know where the river is. I had to turn around and go back in and I asked the guy at the little boathouse there.
Like Red River where everyone takes out of?
I guess it was.
Yeah, no, I did the same thing. I ended up fishing in an off limits area for half of practice because I didn't go out to the main river.
Yeah. So I
thought I was in the river.
Yeah. So I went in and I said, hey, dude, I said, where's the river?
It's the truth.
I know. I said, where's the river?
You have to like run this flat, then run and then go through and then boom, you pop out and then you're in the river and you're like, oh, look, the Red River. But
100%.
It's like 2 miles. I got no info. I knew nothing when I got there. It was just one of those that I showed up for. And I put in and I was like, oh, there's this like big bay here. It's that good time of the year.
Yeah.
And I started fishing and catching fish. Well, no wonder I caught fish. There's like an imaginary off limits line, like halfway across the bay that becomes private property that I wasn't aware of. So then I ended up having it took me a day and a half to find the river. And then I found a backwater area. I found one backwater area that like everyone kept disappearing in. And then I was like, I wonder why everyone disappears and doesn't come back. And then you like go through and you're like, God, I hope no one's running this. And then you pop out and it's like a whole nother lake.
Yeah. 100%,
but anyway,
100%.
I'm with you, Frank. I'm not ashamed to admit it.
I probably would have done the same thing, honestly.
But you know what's funny about that place? I've gotten a check there every single time I've ever been there. And the first 2 times one was like a 7th place, one was an 8th place. Something like that.
I did this too. This is when we could practice for 5 days. So one of the days I went and put in like a long way away in like this amazing backwater area. And I caught some fish. And then
didn't know how to get back.
I could not figure out how to get there from the river. And I spent half a day trying to get back into that area and between the like floating whatever mats, what are those called?
Yeah. Hyacinths.
Between the floating hyacinth mats and the stumps, I'm like an hour and a half in and I'm still 2 miles away from like the place I want to go, like get to where I know there's fish. And I said, screw this.
That's so funny, dude.
That's brutal.
That is so. I ran to this place over there, and it was flooded when I was there the one time, and I took 8th. It was flooded, and I ran to this place, and I said, I'm going to go as far as I can go till I can't go any farther, and I didn't know where I was at, but I couldn't idle it because I would run out of daylight. So I put the boat up on plane and I was running back there. I had no idea where I was going or what was going on. And I come to this place and I go, oh shit, there's a log jam. It's an old railroad bridge. There's a log jam. That's it. That's as far as I could go. And the current was screaming. I said, man, that's it. I can't go any further. So I said, well, let me go up to it and see. And I'm idling up to it. And idling, and I see the water washing through this one part of this railroad bridge like a V. It's making like a V, and I go, man, I wonder if I could pop through that. And so I get the boat straightened out and I give it some juice and I go, whoa, and I go flying through there and I get through it. And I'm like, holy shit, I got through it. Off I go. Going running again, and I'm going and going and going and going, and then I see another one of those bridges, and I'm like, oh shit, this one's got wood all throughout it. There's no way I could get through. So I started to turn the boat around because I'm like, there's no way I could fish that. So I turned the boat around, and when I turned the boat around, I saw a dip in the landscape, a little dip in the landscape. So I go, that's got to be a backwater. So I idle up there. Sure enough, there's an opening about 2 widths of a bass boat, and water is pouring out of it. And I said, man, if I can get in there. So I'm going to try to get in there. So I pop the boat in. Boom, when I go in and I get in there, and I immediately shut the boat down, drop the trolling motor. I picked up my flipping stick, and the first bush I pitched at, I had one. Shook them off. I got another one. The long and short of it is I make like 30 pitches and I got 27 bites. And I'm like, okay, I'm not going another inch in this place. And I turned around and I went out and I went back down and I started looking for other shit on the way out just to make sure. Anyway, long and short of it is I go in there the first day. And what I don't realize is that every day of the event, the water's receding a little bit more and a little bit more. And the first day I go up in there, crack them right off the rip. I'm like, sweet, we're out of here. I got other spots. We'll start fishing our way back. Get other spots. We're fishing our way back. I'm running out of this place and I'm running down and I'm running, man. Now I'm like really overconfident and I'm gone. And all of a sudden I'm running, man. And the thing goes, boom, the boat goes boom like that. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't know what I hit, but nothing broke. So I keep going. I get there anyway. I make the cut. All right. So fast forward another day of fishing. I catch them again. I make the cut. And the camera guys are like, hey, dude, we know you're sitting in 7th place. Roland Martin's in 10th. We don't have enough cameras. We're going to put the camera in Roland's boat. And I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. They go, hey, give us a waypoint where you're at and we'll come later and find you. And I started laughing and he's like, what's the problem, Frank? And I go, you ain't never going to get to where I'm at unless you're right behind me. I said, so just forget it. I said, you just stay with Roland. I don't care. And so I went back there the third day and smoked them again. But here's what I did. When I hit that thing in the water, as soon as I hit it, I dropped a waypoint because
so you knew where it was.
So I knew where it was. So when I'm running back, I could slow down and get over it. Well, the third day, guess what it was? It was a giant tree that was all the way across the freaking thing. And so on the way out the third day, the tree was exposed. And I'm like, holy shit, we got to get over this thing. And so I backed the boat up and I started going and I got the boat going. So the nose was real high. And as soon as I came to the tree, I took it out of gear and the nose dropped over the tree. The outboard lifted up and and I went right over the tree and back to the way in we went. It was fabulous, man. It was fabulous. But yeah.
This reminded me of this. So I have done some sketchy stuff. So this is 2020 on the Arkansas River. And my first year fishing the opens, and it's in Oklahoma. And I'm like, I'm going to catch them here. So this happens during practice where I get myself in a pickle where I had idled for half an hour to get where I was going to get. And according to Google Earth and everything and guys I talked to, there was a way out, a quicker way.
There's always a way out.
I'm going to find the quicker way out. Watch this. So this
you're recording it?
Yeah, I have all this.
All right.
I haven't shown any of this stuff before. Yeah, this was out there. So watch this. So like I've got the trolling motor pulled up and I'm trying to figure out how the hell to get out of this area. And it's so shallow, I'm just like, well, screw it. I'll just see if I can figure. That's how shallow it is. I mean, like stuck, like stuck beyond. Watch this. Look at this. Look where I am in this shot right here. I'm a quarter mile away trying to find something that's deeper than shin deep water. And I cannot, for the life of me, get out of this thing.
Oh, that I can't believe you're videoing it. That is so great. It took
45 minutes of me. I mean, I think a lot of guys have that stuff to do it. But like, I mean, like what I did was, I mean, this was during practice so we could do it. Like, look, I'm just like hitting stuff. There's stumps. There's SIGs everywhere. I have no idea what's going on. I said, screw it. You just walk ahead and I'll just idle.
That's outstanding.
That's great.
Oh yeah. That was good vibes. So you jumped up, you jumped up behind and made some trails there in practice, Frankie?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I saved them too from pre-practice in January. I went and ran a bunch of stuff, and then as soon as I get through it, I just hit save on the trail.
Perfect.
I'd be good to go. But
I mean, I will admit too, there are places that I know that I've run where I haven't ran because I didn't want other guys to get a trail behind me. Oh
yeah, there you go. Hey, I texted my wife for a cold beverage. I hope she had her phone by her.
Oh, that's a 50-50 on if that's going to go
well.
Oh, my God.
Right on cue.
Woman.
Right on cue.
Rachel on BTL. Look at this. You didn't make the thumbnail, unfortunately.
Yeah.
How are you doing? What do you think of that Notre Dame tough schedule next year?
Oh, she's out. Oh yeah, that's right. She couldn't hear you because I got the earphones on.
But
all in all, Frankie, like here's the thing that's wild to me. So like I think I had 2 shots at a big fish in 2 full days. And I talked to you after, and you were literally like I could sense the anguish in your soul over what occurred to you during the tournament days.
Buddy, I've been crying since the end of day 2 inside. But generally I won't talk about it because
I'm asking. I know you're not talking about it. A good tournament angler never talks about his missed opportunities unless he's asked about it, and I'm asking.
I did lose some fish day 2, but I'm not going to say it was insignificant because I would have had somewhere between – I weighed in 15 even day 2. I probably would have had somewhere between 16, 17 day 2. But like we talked about before, I was around big fish, but my area was high pressure.
That's the problem.
I was out on some flats and a drain, and
that's a problem.
I was in a really unique drain scenario. So I would go into one drain and I'd pop up and pop down into another drain. And usually I would find in practice, I found them on bottom. And like, it was really, really hard to see them. Like you'd be going along and you know how like you get like that 8 to 12 inches of dead zone in the bottom of the lake with scope. Every once in a while I would just be going along and I'd just see like a boop, just a little something. And I'd be like, oh, and in practice, I flicked over there and I started shaking a minnow over them. And one of them just kind of like just barely raised up. And I snapped the minnow and a 3.5 came up and choked it. And then when I got that fish to the side of the boat, there was a giant with it. So I was just immediately waypoint and I got out of there and just kept idling and looking for more stuff. And then the morning of the first day, that place was my second stop. The first place I stopped, I caught a 7 in practice, and it was like a know-nothing pocket, and there was nobody around it for like all of practice. Because every time I'd rip
casual 7.
Yeah, casual.
I guess it's
casual meat market.
I mean, those boys teed off on them, so a 7's kind of like, oh, cool, you caught a 7. 12 other guys caught an 8, and these 4 other guys caught 9, 10, 11, whatever.
12 is a big one.
So I caught that 7 in that area in the afternoon, and I didn't think anything of it until the first day of the tournament. And this happened to me at Toledo last year. I found giants in a brush pile in the afternoon. So I go to that spot where I caught the 7 first thing in the morning, boat 196, day 1, run there. There's nothing there. I don't see any floating. The brush piles are still filled with little ones. I'm like, okay, cool. I can catch these anywhere. I'm going to the drain. All in that moment, I realized immediately, okay, hey, remember this. This is an afternoon place because on Rayburn you get two places. You got morning bite places, and then you get afternoon bite places. Is what that told me, and that comes into play for me saving my butt day 2. So I run to the drain, and it takes me a while because I had to relocate those big ones that were cruising bottom because they weren't showing themselves hardly at all. So I had to start way off in another drain, and I went over the flat, back down into another drain, and then all of a sudden I just see that bottom difference, just a little bit of a difference, and I'm like, that's them.
Well, cellar dweller is what we call those.
Yeah, they're Italians, dude. They're Italians.
A cellar dweller, just creeping along the lowest level.
So I throw the minnow down there, same scenario, dude. I start shaking it over, one kind of raises, not like showing a ton of interest, and I just snap it like I'm stroking a tube on Lake Erie. Just snap the minnow. That 6.5 pounder came straight off the bottom like a lightning bolt. Dude, before I could even reel down to catch my slack, that fish already had it. And then I bow up on her, and she comes up, and I am freaking out, dude. I'm freaking out. I'm like, oh, my God, please come in this boat. Please, freaking out.
Like one of those that's like 20 inches long and has a girth of like 22 inches, really creamy underbelly, like one of those like built Rayburn fish.
I was like, she first came up, I only saw her face. I only saw her head. And I was like, oh my God, please be over 7. And then I got her next to the boat, picked her up, and I'm just like, oh my God.
And you're by yourself in the opens too. So there's 210 of us that are out there by ourselves. Unless you're running a GoPro, there's like no one I 5 with, lament with, run ideas by. Like it's just you and your poor decision. Well, in my case, and in your case, good decisions and the fish.
It's just you and your thoughts, man. And
yeah, there's a lot of thoughts out there, Frankie. A lot of thoughts, Junior.
Except I would love to have been by myself in those tournaments.
Oh no, I like it.
But when that first fish came up and she wallered her face, and I couldn't see my minnow, I was like, okay, I'm rocking Joe's jig heads, and I know that hook's in her. And she's getting in.
Look at that, Frank. You trained him well. Look at him dropping the sponsor plug in the middle of a heartfelt story. Wow.
Isn't that great, dude?
Yeah.
But I'm going to be honest, dude. Like, Joe gave me some of those heads at Toledo Bend last year at Kurt Dove's camp. And it's like that O'Shaughnessy style. And, like, that's my favorite hook, period.
100%.
He's talking about the Outer Realm with Joe LaBarbera. You can go on his Instagram, Facebook. I guess he does Facebook. His YouTube, his Twitch.
Twitch.
Hey, Jan, he posts like 7 pictures of jig heads.
I don't know.
Like rock music and rap music behind it like 7 times a day.
I don't know anything about that stuff, but I have
inspirational minnow rigs.
Look, Matt, you know how it is, man. When you find something.
Oh, I got a box of them too, yeah.
I know you do. But anyway, so I got that fish in the boat, and I was like shaking because I had like 3 rats in there from the other stop. And I was just like, oh my God, dude, freaking out. And but it was tough, dude. Like, do you want me to tell like the whole day 1 story?
I don't know. I mean, we're 48 minutes in, but I mean, whatever you feel like is pertinent information. I mean, we're not losing listeners, so I mean,
not yet.
I mean, if we were dropping off, I'd be like, absolutely not. Just get to the goods. But we're holding steady.
Well, it's tough, Matt. So it's like you were saying, like you got to make decisions. And dude, I ran like 4 other areas that I found in practice that were flat full of fish. There were schools everywhere. I run those 4 quick and they're gone. And like all of a sudden I look down at the clock and I'm like, holy cow, I got like an hour and a half. I got to make a decision. And I was like, all right, well, there's a place I practiced in day 1 of practice that I had a bunch of floaters that were 2 pounders. And I was like, all right, well, at least then I can, fill up with like 2.5 pounders and try to get this limit up. Because, we were thinking like 15, 16 pounds.
The classic Bassmaster Open salvage mode.
Yeah, dude, for real. And, we had no idea what that the weights were going to be that high. I figured guys were going to catch them, but I didn't think it was going to be that good.
Oh, they blistered them.
There
were 29 or 30 bags over 20. There were 3 bags over 30. It was 18.5 pounds for the cut.
Yeah, it was something else. It was something else.
It was the heaviest day 1 weight that had ever been in a Bassmaster Open.
It was wild. So I
mean, dude, I caught them well. Like I had 32 pounds in 2 days, and I was 4 pounds shy of what the guy on day 1 brought in 5. Like you want to stop and like you want to talk about like something that's in your head, like you're not sure how to answer when the guy at the gas station, when you have a wrap boat on the way home, goes, "How did it go?" Like, what do you say to that? Like what? Like how do you respond? Like
I survived.
top third,
dude. That is like when the first time I went to Clear Lake, I was catching 20 pounds a day.
Yeah, come in here in 60th.
Yeah, I thought I was in like Flynn, man. I come up there with a 20-pound bag, and they go, "Yeah, you're going to get about 2.5 seconds on stage."
So anyway, so you're in salvage mode on day one. I haven't heard this full, so I'm interested in this. So finish out, because like some crazy stuff has to happen in the last couple hours, because you had almost a 20 rack on day one.
Yeah, that all happened in the last like 40 minutes.
Beautiful.
So I'm sitting on like, my scale says like 13 pounds, and I've got a 6.5. So of course I'm like, this is dreadful.
4 babies.
Yeah, they're embarrassing. Like honestly, I didn't even want to put them in the box because
they were brook trout.
Like I can catch these anywhere. I don't even know why I'm even keeping them, but it's a tournament, and if I didn't, and I told him that, he'd freak out and yell at me. Whatever. So I was like, I got a decision to make, because I got to run the creek. The creek that's like popping into my head. It's like, hey, dummy, go in here. Is way the opposite way, like all the way opposite way past the ramp. So I'm like, screw it, we're going. I strap everything down. I start hauling. We get in there, and I'm like, all right. In practice, they were on the secondary creek channel, but just off on the side of it on a flat. And I was like, all right, we're going to go there. We should be able to catch 2 to 2.5 pounders. Maybe we'll get lucky and catch a 3, call out all these babies, salvage the day, 16, 17 pounds, whatever. I go in there. There's hardly anything floating, dude. It takes me way too long to catch 4 replacement fish. So now I'm at like 14 pounds, 14.5 pounds. I've got a couple 2.5s in there, and then like 2s. I'm like, this is not how I want my first open to go. I'm like, this is BS.
Oh yeah,
really
that's the Scalish legacy that you're about to besmirch on the open stage.
Yeah. So
you got everyone at Fisherman Central with it on the big screen, just waiting for 210 guys to weigh in, so Frankie can get up there and hold up his 2.25 pounders.
That's
right, exactly.
Man, shout out to my boys. They were texting me all week long, man. That place is my family. But so I run in there. It's crazy. I have to sit down, dude. Like I literally sat down. I've got like 50 minutes left. I sit down, I hit spot lock, and I start eating a sandwich. And I'm like, dude, it's pre-spawn. It's not that complicated. Like, let's think about what we're doing. They were floating over the river channel. There's only one place they're going. So I look at my map. The river channel cuts a secondary point. And I'm like, we're going there first. If I look back in this pocket, the secondary creek channel splits around a high spot. I'm like, all right, we're going there second. I run to that point. I fish it shallow. I'm throwing a big hangover and a football jig, and I'm cranking it, and I'm not getting any bites up there. And I'm like, that's wild, because I know there's fish shallow. It's everything's setting up for these fish to push. So I put the boat in 10 feet, and I start scoping around this secondary point. I keep the boat shallow, like 10, 9, 8 feet, somewhere in there. And I'm coming around this point. Right as that secondary channel cuts the nose of this point off, I just see one floating. And I'm like, wham, instantly T-bones it. I'm like, oh, sick. It rolls. I see it. I'm like, it's like 3.5. That's perfect. We're somewhere. I'm freaking out. I'm screaming. I'm excited. I boat flip it. It hits the bottom of my boat, and I went, that's not 3-pounder. That's 4 something. I'm like, maybe we shouldn't boat flip anymore.
Damn scoper. Never caught that fish without live scope.
I'm the worst, dude. I know.
Just a illegitimate catch.
Yeah, I know. It shouldn't even count, man. Put an asterisk next to my fish.
So that jumps you up another 2 pounds.
Yeah. So I finished that point out real quick. It only took like a couple more minutes. And then I was like, okay, we're going to the back. Dude, I skip a bunch of stuff. I go straight to that channel split. I go to the back. I drive my trolling motor. I see some wood right where the creek channel splits and comes down. And I see one sitting back there. And I flip that minnow down there. I pump that minnow 3 times. That fish comes out of there and just train wrecks it. It's another 4 something. And I'm freaking out. I'm screaming. I'm like, heck yeah, let's go. You know, I'm talking to my buddy who's not even there. And
or was he?
Because he told me, he's like, yo, bro, just pretend we're fishing together tomorrow. Do it for me. And I was like, all right, Ryan, I got you. So anyway, I'm freaking out. I'm like, okay, I wait, I call out. I'm sitting there, I'm shaking. I'm like, okay, I got like 18 and a half pounds maybe.
So now you're hooked. You're so screwed at this point
Yeah.
because you have had that adrenaline, that pure adrenaline that is pumped through your body, and you will now chase it the rest of your life, regardless of sound financial decisions. This is what your dad was trying to keep you from experiencing for 30 plus years of your life.
Oh, you should have.
Am I off base on that statement, Frank?
You are spot on the money.
I actually got something for you about this season, about how I actually got here.
Anyway, continue.
So I hooked that fish, and I'm like, I'm freaking out. I'm shaking. I'm like, because Matt, you and I were operating under the same, and my whole house of roommates were like
16, 17 pounds is going to put you right around check range. You catch a big one, you get up around 20, top 10. It's still going to take 30 a day to win. There's going to be a couple guys you find the freak shows, the locals. We're playing a different game, but 17 pounds a day puts you right in the freaking mix to get out of here with a $4,000 check and great points.
Yeah.
Is what we were operating on going into.
Like with 18, like I thought I had 18 and a half. My scale said 1836, and I'm like, all right, it's a little off. So it's usually like, if I see 1836, I can safely assume like I got 18.5 or like 18.65, something around there. Maybe 18 and 3/4 if it's bumpy out, whatever. So I'm thinking like, oh my God, looking at the Toyota weights and the BFL before that. And I'm like, dude, what if I come in and I'm in like the top 25? Like I'm going to freak out.
The Scalish name proud. There's going to be spaghetti and lasagnas and fresh breads, and prosciutto and olive oil mixtures. You're going to come back to a spread.
Yeah.
I was freaking out, man, honestly. And then it's like, I had like what felt like an hour, but it was probably like 2 minutes. I was like, all right, get back on the grind. We still got 2 pounders to call out, dude. And I didn't see any more that were worth it.
That's a hell of a job, though. Top 50. My strategy on day 2 when I had 17-1 with the 5.5, it takes about 30 seconds. I realized that all the fish I was catching were gone. I am recording this year for the simple reason that I need to talk to myself during the tournaments to actually like give myself a game plan. I know that I had said a couple of things to the camera, how they had gone shallow. So I went shallow. I went to turn into 5 fingers, and it was like community bingo night in Florida.
Yeah, screw that.
And so I ended up taking a little bit of a left, and I saw a big channel that cut back, and I look to my left and I see a tree sticking up on the flat. So I'm like, oh crap. And I'm on pad. So I follow this channel back, and now I'm in a creek that I've never been in before.
Perfect.
And I've got 3 hours left to fish. I've got 13 pounds in the box on the second day. And I look to the left, and there's like a series of these little cuts that are up shallow that I know, like with the water 9.5 foot low. And I see some stumps that would have been in 3-4 foot of water, but they're on the point. There's probably like 100 of them on these little points. And I'm like, well, those have to come out into the water. And I know they're on shallow drains and they're getting up shallow. I've been telling myself to go shallow for 2 days and haven't. So I said, I'm going to start here. And it was the first time in probably 1.5 years that I put the trolling motor down and I talked to you about this. I said, I was at peace. I said, I'm where I need to be. I'm what I need to do. I call like 3 or 4 out, catch a couple 3-pounders, and then see, like I have everything on video here. So that's it. And then like, just like that. And then I'm like scoping in like 7 foot of water with a Nico rig. And I'm catching a bunch of fish like this, like just decent fish that are culling me up, 2 3/4. And then it's kind of weird shallow scoping. Like I'm not as good as I thought I was at it. And then boom, I catch like a 5'10".
Perfect.
And that was my day. But like, I was super chill with how like I had changed my setup a little bit. I was almost 100%. And there it is right there. There's the Nico. That was the 17 pounds day 2. And I basically feel like I fished productive water 2 hours out of the entire tournament. Like I had that moment where I was like, now I know how everybody was coming in with 20 something a day, because it's what they do there, and there's no water for them to do it in. It was really impressive. And then obviously talking to Pig South today on BTL and how he found his fish and talking to guys afterwards, you're like, man, like it's never as complicated. Like this is a big thing for day 4, Frank, I think. It's never as complicated as you make it out to in your mind. I can't remember in the hundreds of tournaments that I fish, and I think you guys would agree with it. When you're catching them, it seems like the most simple, easy thing, and you're shocked that everybody else isn't doing it. You're like, how did everyone else not come in with this type of weight too? And we as anglers make it way more complicated than it actually ever is.
100%.
Yeah, dude. Day 1, when I rolled out to my flat, to my drain, and there wasn't a single boat on the entire flat. The entire flat. I was like, maybe I shouldn't be here either. And then I caught that 6.5, and I was like,
yeah.
Wait, but you had the better adjustment day 2. I didn't.
I mean, the day 1 fish all came out of 20 plus foot of water. Every single one of them I caught over 20 foot of water. I didn't weigh in a single fish over 10 foot of water on the second day.
See, I didn't catch anything deeper than like 18, 17 on the first day. I mean, I caught some fish out over deeper water, but they were in a secondary creek. But day 2, dude, I didn't have any weight until like 20 minutes, and I caught a 4 because I ran back to that pocket the first day I started in.
Don Chambers from the top rope.
Hey,
Hunter, every day 4 since the beginning.
Don.
I play a drinking game. Every time Frank says 100%, I take a drink. I've never made it through a full show before I pass out.
Hey,
100%. That's a good game.
That's good.
All right, Frankie. I will see you at Grand. God,
right,
I hope it's good at Grand. I hope, and there's like 8 scenarios where it could be good. I also hope like good for me could be bad, but there is a part of me that hopes it is about 6 foot high.
It's your home lake, buddy. You'll be okay. Don't overthink it.
Yeah,
take it easy. Great job. You're it right now with the EQ guys. You're inside the points. You're inside the top 50. I think you're 48th in the points heading into 3 left. So hopefully we'll have to spend $10,500 to fish 3 tournaments at the end of the year.
I hope we're both there, buddy.
And I know after that adrenaline rush you felt, you will come up with that money, even if it requires doing sketchy things at truck stops.
I will cash out another retirement account.
See ya.
Son of a gun.
It's
okay. I tell them all my name's Matt, and I give them your number if they want to.
Did you do that? Did you do that framing around your TV behind you by yourself?
Yeah, I remodeled most of this house by myself.
That's freaking nice, man.
Thanks, buddy.
Look at that. The wood slat with the white frame around it.
Oh.
You got some what are those called? Drapes on the window. Oh, did you do the mold? You got molding on top of the ceiling too? That's like the next big adult thing for me and Cord is to do some molding in the guest bed.
Buddy, when I bought this house, I gutted the whole floor. I ran a continuous luxury vinyl planking throughout the whole house. There's no
What's the difference between regular vinyl and luxury vinyl?
Well, it's a little more durable. So I've got 2 dogs that are over 100 pounds apiece. So I need something that's not going to get destroyed in 7 months.
Yeah, that's true.
And then I did all baseboard.
Hey, 100%.
100%. Take a double.
All right. Thanks, Frankie.
Thanks, guys.
See you, buddy.
See ya. Dude, you got to be proud of the guy.
Oh yeah, dude. I got to be honest, man. It was like making me itch to get out.
Dude, we have tried to talk you in
to
fishing a division of the Opens for the last 3 years. That's on you, Frank.
It is. I admit it. It is 100%.
All right. I see a familiar face down, but I got to bring Jake in first. Jake's been in the queue for probably 45 minutes listening to these stories. What's up, Jake?
What's up, Jake?
Oh, goodness. Y'all put me on. I hope y'all can hear me, and I can't hear
yeah,
y'all.
you sound loud and clear.
Off, I can't hear anything.
Oh, no.
You can.
Are we good? Y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Matt, I got a timeline for you.
Okay.
All right. New moon was on February 17th. Okay. Full moon is coming up on March 3rd. All right. I went fishing 2 days before the new moon on the 15th in Oklahoma, and I saw absolute giants. I dumped a like probably 7 on a jerk bait at the surface, and then I had a just definitely my PB. I would assume it was over 10 pounds in Oklahoma. Crazy. On a 8-inch glide bait. Follow it all the way to the boat, eat it right at the surface, and came off at the surface. So absolute fantastic day. 2 days before the new moon. Okay.
Okay.
And then I went out a day after the new moon on 2/18. Nothing but small fish in the same lake. Just same spot, same place, nothing but small fish. I caught like 4 fish on that one day, and then I caught like 25 fish the day after the new moon. Okay. And then y'all go to Rayburn 2/19 to 2/21. So the Thursday through Saturday, and absolutely whack giants. Okay.
You're using the term y'all.
So
literally.
my question, I guess, mainly Frank, weather or moon? Weather or moon? What matters?
I think it's both. See, there's been a consistent warming trend going on. And here's what I found out. All right. When the bass want to go shallow, they will go. And so what happens is you'll have a gradual warming trend, and it'll keep warming up, keep warming up, keep warming up. And the more it does, more fish start pushing. They don't waste time. That's the one thing I learned, is that when they want to get shallow, they go shallow. And it happens immediately. You can always find some deep fish somewhere in the lake. All right. That's just the way it goes. But when you're fishing for percentages. You want to keep all the percentages in your favor. So in the springtime, you have to watch the weather. That was the one thing I pounded in Frankie's head when he went and practiced a month early. I said, you don't rely on what you find, but rely on where you found them. Because if the weather keeps getting warmer, those fish are going to run that drain all the way up. So don't hesitate. And that's what happens in the springtime on a lot of these lakes.
So Jake is taking these detailed notes and figuring it out. I mean, he's like 6 steps ahead of the curve already too. If you're taking this seriously and trying to figure it out. I mean, this is some next level stuff that he's kind of taking into account here, right?
Oh, 100%. 100%. What I found on the full moons is that a lot of the fish feed predominantly at night.
Don just hit the floor. He's out. No more questions from John. The double 100% pushed him over the edge.
Oh, shoot. Did I say that again?
You said it twice.
Oh my gosh. I gotta stop doing that. I have to stop doing that.
Don's on the bow. Hopefully he's close to a bathroom.
Yeah. Thank God this isn't a Friday night show. Yeah. So this time of year, you have to be very cognizant of that. Is air temperature, water temperature, how it's going, how fast is that temperature climbing? It's very important. These fish are a tail push away from where they want to be, and so the minute things get right, they go. They literally go. I was on a lake at home, and I was catching them pre-spawn. Actually, it's like more before the pre-spawn, where I was catching them not super deep, but like 15 feet deep. And when I went back there a few days later, I went back to do the same pattern because it was working, and I didn't catch anything. And I literally went to a foot of water and plastered them. And it was just a couple days later, and they all pushed up like that. And that's just what happens in the spring. I feel bad we lost Jake, and we're getting the circle of doom.
We got Jake on a triple screen now. Can you hear again, Jake?
I can hear y'all now. So
outstanding, bro.
I totally missed y'all's answers, so I will
You could
definitely go back.
You definitely catch the replay. But basically, what we're giving, Frank was giving you some mad props too for doing that,
Doing all the work that you did,
doing all the research on that.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Fabulous, dude. Fabulous job.
And I had something to show you before you kick me off. You ready for some show and tell?
Absolutely.
Show it. Oh
This-
my gosh, dude.
BASS spinnerbait.
Holy smokes.
Dude, how old is that?
Dude, I couldn't tell you. It's definitely from my grandfather.
Is it round rubber or flat rubber?
I would say it's round.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
So I was looking at it, and it says bass all over it and nothing on the back. So like, I don't even know what the maker of it is, because obviously Bassmaster didn't make a spinnerbait. But I couldn't tell you if it's a Picasso or a war. It's definitely not a War Eagle, but kind of looks more like a Strike King or something. But
I have a question for you.
Mhm.
Do you have a vacuum sealer?
I do.
Put the whole package in a vacuum sealer and vacuum pack it.
Okay.
That
We'll
rubber,
save that one.
That rubber will rot away to nothing if you don't.
Okay. I got a bunch of, probably 25-year-old Normans over here in packages too.
Dude. Best crankbait ever made, in my opinion.
One last thing before you kick me off. Second time I've been on the show, and I think that's more than Ish Monroe.
Oh God, he was giving me the beans at the Bassmaster Open about that.
Oh,
that's a very good exit, Jake. So you'll get your 10-pounder this year. It seems like you're dedicated to it.
Yeah, you're close, man. You're super, super close.
Thank you.
All right, see ya. All right. Okay, I've got a bunch.
Mad props to Jake, man. He did his homework.
All right, I need to share this screen with audio for our next guest. Entire screen, that screen, share system audio, share. You know what? I'm sorry, I paused you in a very poor location. You know what we're looking at right there?
Yeah, I see. That's Mark.
Yeah. Do you know what show this is that I have pulled up?
Wait a second. You're at the.
I'm at a location that I'm no longer at, Frank.
Yes, I know exactly where you're at.
Yeah, move on.
I'm moving on.
Do you know what number show this is?
It's got to be 1.
This is day 4 with Frank Scalish, number 1.
Oh my God,
folks! We are going commercial free day 4, and it's very important for everybody out there, all the BTL fans, to understand the reason that we're doing this day 4 is simply because of Frank's willingness to donate his time to educate and really entertain and engage the fans here on BTL.
Wait a minute.
We could not do this if it wasn't for the support from LureNet. And I can't thank all the staff at LureNet. Yeah. Obviously, Frank's involved with LureNet and has been for a while, but they stepped up, and they are really, really important to the continuation of providing the fans this educational, engaging, and entertaining moment with Frank Scalish. So many thanks to the people that made that happen. And we're going commercial free because of lurenet.com. So make sure you check that out and all the stuff that Frank's doing over there, Frank.
Appreciate that for sure.
Yeah.
So you're talking about the Browns. What about Ohio State? 100%.
There he is. There's Mark Jeffries.
Oh God, what's
Frankie?
up, Frankie, baby? What's happening?
That how long ago was that?
You can't call him Frankie. You have to call him Frank, because now we have a Frankie on the show.
Oh, okay.
And you have to call one Frankie and one Frank, or else it gets. That was streamed on January 7th, 2021. And Frank, you have not added a damn thing to your wall since then.
No, I did. You're wrong. I got that. That's the best.
What is? Yeah, you're in the Ohio Bass Fishing Hall of Fame.
That, and then I added the smallmouth and the largemouth above it. Whoa, where the hell am I going? Right there.
That does look good.
I have two new additions.
Oh yeah, you do. And I guess it's just the bigger, but the oddly lipped cow clock.
Yeah, the cow clock. My wife has cow bones in her vertebrae. They fuse cow bones in there, so we got a lot of cow crap in the house.
That's a fairly good reason, I guess.
I guess. I got an elk picture here that one of her girlfriend's son is a photographer. He took that picture, and then a few trophies back there.
Oh, so you have the biggest debacle in Day 4 history with that plaque behind with the Ohio. Remember when we announced that you were in the Ohio Fishing Hall of Fame before the announcement was made that you were in the Ohio Bass Fishing Hall of Fame?
Oh my God, dude.
Like, I've never seen you legitimately stressed out, and you called me in a panic.
Oh yeah, because I got a phone call right after that we weren't supposed to say anything because nobody knew.
Wow.
And I didn't know. I mean, I didn't know. Like, I didn't know. I mean, someone called me. A friend of mine called me and said, "Hey, dude, you're in. Good job."
Listen, like, just since I've been running this, I think we're approaching 2,000 shows live. And man. Since Mark started doing it with the XM and all that stuff, and I think the name BTL, I want to say 2010 is when it went from like Bass Zone Live to BTL.
Yeah.
There's only 2 shows in my recollection that have been, oh crap, we got to take these down. There was one around 2016 where Mark went on a political rant.
Yeah, boy.
Like a full-blown partisan political rant, and that show never saw the light of day. There were like 150 people that saw it live, and it was done, and that is what we've stuck to as far as zero politics on BTL and the Ohio Bass Fishing Hall of Fame Day 4 show.
Yeah. That was it.
That was so funny.
That was it.
Oh God, how the hell are you, Mark?
I'm doing good, man. Playoffs are 2 weeks away, so get ready for the playoffs. And tomorrow I am dropping the boat off in Shawnee, getting it ready.
Good deal
for the season. So plan on doing a lot of fishing. And this is just a coincidence, but earlier this evening, Frank, I got a text. Let me pull it up.
I'll be right back. I'm going to go refill some Gatorade.
Okay.
Yeah, you do that.
Okay. This is from my buddy in Maine. Okay, that I spent time with up there. He says, "Hey, Mark, I just wanted to reach out and let you know that if you're looking to book a trip, hopefully for you and Frank." All right. I'm putting together my guide season already, and things are starting to fill up, especially for May. Let's see here. The first week of May is really, really good.
Yeah, it should be.
Okay. And I just wanted to see where you were at. Maybe you and Frank could come. Would love to take you guys to catch some slamming big pre-spawn smallies on Moosehead Lake. Have you ever been to Moosehead Lake, Frank?
I have not. I've been to Winnipesaukee, but that's not in Maine.
Yeah.
I don't think that's in.
So I guess this place is epic. Right now, when I was up there, we couldn't go because of the weather.
Gotcha.
And I guess it's one of those lakes up there where it just gets brutal when the wind blows a little bit. So that's where we ended up on those bodies of water that nobody hardly ever fishes. And we threw frogs all day long and just absolutely smashed them. But I know you don't fly, but it's definitely something that we need to talk about to see if we could possibly work that trip out to go to Moosehead Lake.
Well, we'll talk about it.
All right.
That's the best I can give you on the show.
Today. All right. And then the other thing that happened today, and Matt doesn't know this, dude, it sucks getting old. It really, really does. Okay.
Not gonna lie, I was nervous leaving for a minute and a half, but I figured if there's anybody I could leave it with.
Thanks, dude.
Let's see here. I gotta see if I can pull this up. It just looks like a bunch of, I can't even really show it because you can't even make out. Anyway, so like everybody knows that I have MS. Okay, for the most part. The people that have followed me, for the people that don't know who the heck I am, I was diagnosed with MS at ICAST one year. It was the last year that it was in Las Vegas. And then I got home and went through that whole situation and was diagnosed with MS. So everything's cool. Everything's going good. But I have to get an MRI on my head every single year just to make sure that the lesions aren't spreading or anything like that. There's also a possibility that the lesions can go in your spinal cord or in your spine, not in your spinal cord, but around your spine. So they always do my upper spine when they do my brain. So I go see my neurologist yesterday.
Okay.
And man, Dr. Berkeley, pardon the pun. Okay. She is fantastic. She is a very, very, obviously she's a neurologist, so you would think she's very intelligent, but just, you wouldn't really know it because she's so caring and just like one of us.
Gotcha.
It's really cool how she approaches her practice. Anyway, so we start talking about MS and she's like, man, you're in great shape, Mark. Things are going really good. Everything I saw on the MRI looks great, but there's one thing I'm going to have to refer you out on. And I'm like, uh-oh, what's that?
Enlargement wasn't part of the question.
Yeah. So, so she says, look, she goes, normally, I don't want you to think it's bad news or anything like that, but this is something that really needs to be addressed because you might have a situation. Those were her exact words.
Dude, that's not giving you much to go.
I know. She goes, I'm not a surgeon, but I'm going to refer you out. And you mentioned a spinal surgeon to me before. I said, well, he's a bad dude. It's Dr. De La Garza, and his dad is in the Oklahoma High School Basketball Hall of Fame. She goes, well, I'm going to refer you out to Dr. De La Garza. So she couldn't show me the MRI. So she takes a picture of it at her desk and brings it back to me and shows me
an abstract painting.
I know. Yeah. Isn't that kind of goofy looking? You can't really.
Salvador Dali, man.
Yeah.
So that is actually my spinal cord and the upper part of my spine.
So what's the deal, dude?
So I have two areas in my spine that are really close to protruding my spinal cord.
So what is it, a bulge disc or something?
No, it is actually movement in somewhere in my spine, and I don't know exactly what the number is or anything like that. Like I could blow it up. I don't know.
But it's not MS related, and it's not
MS related.
Is it those two white dots?
Well, one is where she's pointing at it. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I see it.
You see it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I see it.
The gray thing is my spinal cord.
Yeah. Jim said Uncle Frank could draw that better.
He probably could. So, yeah, it's one of those deals where I'm just like, all right, well, the old MS is going great.
You're still bowling.
Yeah, because it
you
doesn't
just can't
hurt.
slip.
It doesn't
fall
hurt
on that portion.
So that's just the thing. It doesn't hurt.
Well, that's good. I don't want it. Don't ask for it to hurt.
No, but she is concerned because, and the first thing that popped into my brain was 4-footers on Texoma.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the color 7.
No, you guys know how rough Texoma is and how much I love fishing at Texoma.
Yeah, but the good thing is you don't have to be out there if you don't want to be. It's not like someone's going to force you to go catch topwater stripers.
No, I know. I get it. But I just, it's one of those things. So anyway, I got an appointment to go see De La Garza here soon.
Does this mean we have a color number 8 coming? Metal fishing _
I think we're going to have to do a new color called Spinal Tap.
Spinal Tap. There you go. Seriously, Frank, how many guys over time, though, have had serious back issues because of bass fishing?
Dude, look at Denny Brower. Look at Tommy Biffle. I mean, I don't know how many back surgeries the two of them have had.
Yeah.
I mean,
I pinched a nerve in my neck about 4 months ago. And literally one of the first things that went through my head was, now I know why Tommy Biffle is grumpy. And I'm not saying that as a joke. Like I would be just like laying there, and the slightest movement, I would be like, I think I can go another 20 minutes without taking a leak, because that doesn't require me moving my neck on the couch. And I mean, it took probably a month and a half for it to completely go away. I talked about it on the show. I actually had some people who work in that industry that gave me some stretches to do for it. And literally that was one of the first things that, like, yeah, I would be grumpy too.
Oh yeah, dude. Pain sucks, man.
Pain sucks. By the way, we're done talking about that. The guy that showed the spinnerbait.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah. You know what I think that was? And Frank, you might be able to help me on this. That was one of the bait packages that back in the day, Bass would send out when you became a member for your first
100%.
And you know who I think made those spinnerbaits? Stanley.
Oh, dude, you're 100% right. It was Stanley.
Yeah, you can go back and probably look at the components for it.
Yeah, you're 100%.
Okay, we're not going to do a 45-minute diatribe on this, but when you came on, Mark, I totally forgot we did this the last time you were on. What is the bowling center situation? Can you bowl at bowling center now? Are you still banned for life? There were comments, people, we had a push to try to get you reinstated. Are you in? Are you out? Are you on? I mean, we'll deal with it for 1 minute and then we'll move on with our life.
Simple answer: crickets. Okay,
so you're still banned.
Yeah.
Crickets. Hey, so I have a question.
Yes.
Are you doing a bowling podcast?
Yes.
How's it going?
Really good. It's called Pins on Campus.
Wait, hold on. Pins on Campus?
Yeah, we just have it on YouTube. I haven't done the grunt work necessary to put it on one of the platforms yet.
That's okay. You can find it on YouTube.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. Pins on Campus.
All right.
And I'm doing it with the Dallas Baptist head coach.
Perfect.
He is probably my best friend in the college bowling world. What just happened? What was that?
That's me leaving.
Oh. Sorry, man. Anyway, he's in his early 20s. I'm in my early 60s. We kind of clash, and there's a lot of reminiscing and reflection where it reminds me a lot of Matt.
There it is. Look at that look.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's a happy dude.
And look at Mark is not.
I know. He's like, I see an argument happening.
No,
I can't play anything here because I have monetized a YouTube channel and I have God knows what music you're playing behind there.
It's copyright free. It is definitely copyright free, so you don't have to worry about that. But anyway, we're having a good time with it. You know me, Frank. I do not settle for what some things have been done the same way for 50 years. So Jonathan and I have actually formed an LLC.
Good.
And we are working on what I say is making college bowling better.
Basically, you're trying to blow up college bowling and make an entire new organization for college bowling. You're basically MLF-ing college bowling.
We are not, because if they want to keep doing what they're doing, just keep doing it.
That's the same thing. MLF said, Mark. You know what? A rising tide floats all ships.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And
but
right there.
Yeah.
Well, that's good, man. I'm happy for you, buddy.
And then I was that Andrew Feth. He's kind of the leading guy from a podcasting standpoint in the bowling industry, and I was on his show a couple of weeks ago, and
did I say it again?
Yeah, I think so,
say
Frank.
it like every couple minutes.
I do.
And here's the problem. I say it now to court, and court says that my two favorite sayings are 100% and absolutely.
Oh shit!
That's t-shirt material right there, Matt.
I got it. So now I got to start. Now I got to.
Oh my God! Okay, so you mentioned the t-shirt, Mark. Before we get into other stuff, we'll get back to the bowling. Yes. Okay. Did you see the? You know that 1980s Frank Scalish picture of him looking over his shoulder?
Yeah.
Would you describe, like, use some words you have a large vocabulary to describe that picture.
You have a plethora of knowledge, Mark.
Wow.
Like use some words to describe that.
Yeah. That is cabbage mullet if I've ever seen one.
I was hoping you would go along the lines of iconic.
Oh.
Ugh.
Is that an iconic photo of Uncle Frank? Here's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah,
We're gonna have this conversation now. And I understand, Frank, I would probably be the same way if it was with me, but it's not. So would you not say that for the day 4 drops, I kind of drive along with the ATS printing and Catherine, who does a great job of selecting, but like that shirt that you've got on now, like I was pushing really hard to have the largemouth, the smallmouth, the spotted bass design, to use your signature more because you have viewers, listeners who want that. Right. And you're like, hey man, I grind on this, you go pennies on the side, no big deal there. Like, I mean, you're supporting Frank Scalish for the hours of free entertainment that BTL Day 4 provides. I believe wholeheartedly, and there was a gentleman at the Classic 3 years ago who had it.
He had it.
That a black, high quality t-shirt with this picture on it, and then the white Frank A. Scalish signature underneath it, would be an incredible addition to the Day 4 clothing lineup when we drop the new lineup in 6 months.
Yeah, agree.
Just that on the front.
Agree.
And we're not making any bones about this.
No, it's got to have a great tagline
that goes into Frank's pockets. I get a little bit of a cut of it, but it's Frank like making a little bit of cash on the side for putting in the work. Do you not think that would be the best-selling garment in any Frank A. Scalish lineup that we have done now or till the end of time, Mark?
Could be. Could happen. It could happen.
Oh, no.
Did you have a hair product sponsor back then, Frank?
I mean, I can't even keep up with the comments.
Oh, yeah.
Of how many people. Alex said put him on a jet ski too.
Oh man alive.
Frank is terrified of what's coming up next.
I am horrified.
Can I? I'm asking your permission.
My permission?
What now?
Can I show this?
I don't know what's coming up.
Then I'm just gonna show it.
Oh.
Don't get him in trouble. He's on a jet ski.
I think Drunkwood did that.
Yeah, AI
so
is a powerful thing, man.
That's so funny. Man.
That's pretty funny. You can do some amazing stuff now with AI.
That was when was that? Last 4th of July on Lake Norman?
Yeah.
During the invitational event, you rented a jet ski with Frankie and you guys tooled around to Waypoint Pirate guys.
Yeah, that's exactly what we did. We had handhelds. We were on it.
Wow. Hey, Frank, I got to be honest with you about something. I glanced at the standings of the Open last week and I wasn't thinking. I just thought I saw your name and I wasn't thinking about Frankie. And I thought, what the? Matt talked him into it. He's doing it. Matt talked him into it. I can't believe he didn't call me. He didn't call me. He's at Rayburn and he didn't call me.
No, that's why I didn't call you, Mark. I'm sitting in Ohio shoveling my damn driveway.
I really thought that he had convinced you to dip your toe in the pool again.
I gotta be honest with you, and I don't want to be, but I have to be. I got kind of a spark of energy it made me want to go back, but then I got common sense again and decided that no, I'm not going to be a road warrior again.
It's 4
not happening.
Tournaments, Frank.
I know. We're going to not have this discussion live.
Don't need to.
I mean, You fished 2 classics, rookie of the year, won the points in the opens. You really don't have that much more to prove. Like, you don't have anything to prove.
I know, but I know, but there's some part of me that wants another classic.
I mean, you're 3 days away and about $17,000, but 3 days away is the part that I would focus on.
Wow. Yeah, not the 17K.
Hey, Matt, I have a question for you.
Nick, you and Frank Jr. on the road, just tearing up the miles, stopping at roadside taverns, just having a couple cold ones as you discuss the big bass of the day as you gallivant about the country.
We'd beat each other's brains out. Are you kidding?
Okay, sorry. What were you saying, Mark?
Film the whole thing? No, I want to ask. I didn't read the press release. It came across my feed. They announced where the 2027 Classic is going to be. Is that correct?
Yeah, Hartwell again.
Is it the same time of the year?
Yeah.
Okay, so I ask you, are we ever going to see it at a new place in a different time of the year?
As soon as somebody coughs up the money.
Not in the foreseeable future.
Really?
It's all about what city's paying.
Yeah, and they have probably, you haven't even seen this, Mark. So Green Pond Landing, that Hartwell area, South Carolina, has put millions of dollars into that launch ramp facility. It is top 3 in the country. There is literally a cathedral there to watch takeoff, the nicest docks, easiest to access, traffic flow on it. It is
that's cool.
Like the Taj Mahal of takeoffs on. I mean, yeah, you're not going to come in with 30-pound freaking sacks. And
but that
it's Hartwell, but which is one of my top 3 favorite lakes in the country. But between that and Greenville and stuff, the setup that they have there is literally designed to host Bassmaster Classics. It's phenomenal. It is absolutely top notch.
I cut my teeth on Hartwell. Me and Troy fished Jerry Ryan's out there.
Really?
Yes, it's a good place.
All right. My next question, Matt, did you happen to see the information that came out from the Grove City Council?
No, Mark's the only guy who I'd invite on as a guest and comes with a list of questions.
I did not, Mark.
Hit me with the info.
No, the reason is and I can't believe you haven't talked about this on your show. If you haven't heard about it, they actually listed in the minutes from that meeting how much they are paying the organizations to go to Grand Lake.
No, I did not see that, but that is some good. Do you have the numbers?
No, I don't in front of me. That's why I was asking, because I assumed that you would have already talked about that, because it had both MLF, it had Bass, it had all the information right out there where the city council agreed to pay X amount of dollars. And I do not remember what it is.
I don't,
but
either.
It's out
I
there.
Can look it up. I can look it up. Compared to Wolf House Green Pond, Green Pond's fantastic because you can still launch there when the water comes up 4 feet. Next question.
Wow. How much snow did you get, Frank?
It's starting to go away now, but we got one day we got about 20 inches.
Do you have a snowblower?
No, I shovel.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah, I shovel and I get a lot of flack for it.
Huh.
But you know what? Whatever.
You're headed into the playoffs. Like, you're nationally ranked, Mark, your college team?
Yeah, but the rankings closed down, and now they have this weird mathematical calculation that they seed everybody. So right now we are the number, hang on, I'm doing the math. We are the number 7 seed in the Fort Worth sectional.
All right.
Oh, so created a monster.
We're fighting for 4 spots to go to national. Well, Wichita State is in that sectional, and I mean, just punch their ticket already. I mean, they're the greatest program in the history of collegiate bowling, and are going to continue. So there's basically about, I'd say, 8 or 9 teams that are vying, trying to earn those last 3 spots. It's going to be hard, but I'm super young.
You got a chip in a chair.
Yes. The big news is last week I signed what a lot of coaches consider the number 3 player in the nation in this class, who has earned the national youth 3-game record in bowling 290, 300, 300.
Oh,
and he's from New York.
You've done 900 before, haven't you? Have you done
what,
3
are you out of your mind?
300?
No.
What's your best 3?
No, like 848.
Don't you have like a dozen 300 games?
26.
Oh, okay.
That's not
that many. Have you ever strung 2 together?
No. Never went back to back.
That's what, 26 strikes?
That would be 24.
24.
Yeah, but that's okay.
You've created a monster.
But it's it's all going well, and then it is what it is. But great recruiting class coming in for next year, and it kind of funny little side note here. So I hate to mention, I'm just going to go DBU. Okay, Frank?
Do whatever you got to do, man.
All right. Dallas Baptist University, DBU. So I was on the campus of DBU, and they have I guess, a pretty good bass fishing team, college bass fishing team. Do you know, Matt?
I don't
Are you being serious?
Serious, yeah.
Do you not remember when you cut my pay $10,000 and then paid me $10,000 to run the college bass zone?
Well, I remember that, but I don't remember if it's very good or not. I mean,
okay, so you literally owned it. It was what I did for a whole year. We did a series called In the Dorms. I went and spent a weekend with Dallas Baptist University at the university and did a 6-part series of In the Dorms with DBU.
Yeah, I'm old. I don't remember
on the company that you ran and operated and owned. It was front and center for a week and a half.
I'm old.
You wouldn't even give me a per diem. I was legitimately eating
crackers
microwave bean burritos out of a college freshman's dorm, sleeping on an air mattress on his floor because you wouldn't spring
look where it got him,
freaking
Frank.
room and $30 per diem.
Frank, look where it got him, my friend. All right, so a couple of things on this.
It's funny because it's true.
That's right. I'm proud of it. All right,
it's so funny.
We were on the campus. He was giving me a tour of the campus, the DBU head coach. And I go, "What's back there?" And he goes, "Behind the baseball stand." Because
let me guess, it's where they keep all their boats that we had an entire show on BTL that I did an entire episode on the boatyard where they kept. Did you also see the ponds where they are privately stocked with the sign that says only DBU bass anglers are allowed to practice here?
Phenomenal area. I was thoroughly impressed. So anyway, we go behind there and they've got all their bass boats lined up, and there's one dude
who has a legend. Who has a legend, Alpha 211.
When I did it, they were sponsored by Legend, and Legend gave them 4 boats a year.
Oh my gosh.
And then they'd switch them out, and they were all wrapped, and they were all Legend boats. They had big Legend lettering everywhere. It was a Legend deal.
Yeah, I don't think he was on a Legend. I don't remember. So anyway, I'm with Jonathan and I'm driving my truck. I go, "Watch this." So I pull up right next to the boat and I roll down my window. I go, "Hey, you a scoper?" And he looked at me like, "Who is this guy?" I said, "Seriously, you a scoper?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "Caught a 12-pounder yesterday." "Scoping?" "Well, yeah, that's all I do." You know who Matt Pangrak is? No. Never heard of the guy. I said, "BTL?" Yeah, BTL. Matt Pangrak? Oh, yeah, no.
He had no clue.
He had no clue.
No, he had no clue.
No clue. So the story gets even funnier because I look around and they have soft plastics.
You paid me to do something you didn't even pay attention to.
No.
And then you rub salt in the wound.
Dude, that was 15 years ago. That was a long time ago.
In the college, the current college scene.
Can I continue with my story?
I'm trying to have a bunch of young guys on. I had Paige South on today. He's 21 years old. I have Tucker Smith on all the time. I just had Drew Gill in studio. I'm trying to stay.
Dude didn't know relevant. Who you were. I don't know what to say. So anyway, he's got all these soft plastics that are just laying on the ground. I'm like, dude, man, you got to clean up after yourself. He goes, I don't
believe any of this story.
You want to call Jonathan? You can call Jonathan.
No, because he wouldn't know who I was. He would just think it was a stranger calling him.
So
why do I feel like I'm in the middle of a marital?
No. He told me, he goes, the freshmen have to pick them all up. And I was like, all right, cool. So then we leave and I park and we go up in Jonathan's office. And I look in the corner of his office and he's got like a dozen rods and reels in the corner of his office. And I go, Jonathan, what's up with that? And he goes, those bass fishing guys, yeah, they forgot him. I go, forgot him from what? He goes, I went out to my car and I looked down there and they were doing some stuff and they had all these rod and reels just laying out, scattered all over the place. And nobody ever came and got them. So I just grabbed them. I said, how long ago was that? He said, I don't know, 3-4 weeks ago. And nobody's come up to claim them or anything.
Yeah,
dude. And they had like big time expensive setups.
They were probably all bait casters.
They were all bait casters.
There you go. No one uses a bait caster anymore, Mark.
Is that true, Frank? You got to be freaking kidding me.
Oh my God.
I need to take 30 seconds. I'll be right back. You can explain to him what the scene of professional bass fishing has been like for the last 2 years that he's been running his bowling empire.
They're in Texas and they don't have bait casting rods and reels. Frank,
dude,
look, I'm not stupid. I know the whole spinning rod and reel and scoping and all that. But no, seriously, there were probably $200-300 setups. They were just like, yeah. So seriously, they're so into scoping that they just throw those out there and go, oh yeah, here, let the peddlers get them. Just let them go.
The guy probably picked them up because he thought that they left them out, and they probably thought someone stole them, and nobody knows where they're at. That's probably what happened.
I said, are you going to give them back to him? He goes, eventually. Jonathan has a new role. Not only does he oversee the bowling program, he has all club sports at DBU now. So he is in charge of the bass fishing team.
Outstanding.
Or whoever the coach is.
Outstanding. Hey, welcome back, Cotter.
Hey, Mark.
He doesn't even know what that is.
I know nobody watching does.
Yeah.
Oh, I did a Friday Night Lights reference on today's show with Pate because he's from Texas.
Nobody got it.
He's 21. No, everyone got it but Pate because he's 21, and that came out when he was like 7. Do you want to really blow Mark's mind? I've got the bait that the last Elite Series.
I've seen it. I know all about it, man.
What am I going to show you?
Hang on.
You could do it.
What is it called?
It's not a koosh ball.
Okay. Show me. It's not the.
This is one of the reasons why I wanted to get you on.
Yeah, that's yeah. What is that called? What do they call it?
That's called a hide up full cast Koiki.
And how do you fish it? Do you scope with that?
You do whatever you want with it.
Can you scope with it?
Yeah.
Someone just caught 96 pounds, 15 ounces scoping with it to set the all-time weight record on Sam Rayburn with it. And the week before it was one on predominantly spotted bass.
Frank, can you Carolina rig it?
You know what? At this day and age, Frank, you can't say no.
No, you can't say no.
Can we Carolina rig that?
You don't know till you know.
There's no way you'd have to kind of Carolina rig it with like an open hook, but yeah, I guess you could.
Frank, we got to do that. I want you to be the first one to catch it on a Carolina rig.
Okay, I'll do it this summer.
So how do they fish it?
There's a million different ways, dude.
You can twitch it. You can fish it like a jerk bait. You can fish it subsurface. You can put it down. The way this pake was fishing it was like a jerk bait. He was had some weight, jammed some weight in the belly, pop it down, twitching it, and they would just come unglued on it.
Have you used it, Matt?
You can fish it like a surface lure.
I have. I am not as confident in it. I did fish it at Rayburn. I did catch some fish on it at Rayburn. It's still fairly new, but it's probably it's a really good social. I don't know how to explain this. It's a really good example of how fast this sport changes now with like what we're doing tonight with YouTube, with social media,
100%.
with, everything in the world is moving like this, right?
Yeah.
So like when we first started covering the sport, this bait probably would have been in guys' rod boxes for 5 years before, like, if you had taken a picture of it, your camera would have been in the bottom of the water or the bottom of the lake.
Yeah, well, that thing's been around since 2003.
Yes, but it's been used here.
The ball?
Yeah, predominantly for the
thing?
last year, for the last 2 years.
Japan?
Yeah. It's Sid and Kazu know the owner, and they brought it over from Spro. They're the main distributors. I just had Kazu and Sid on the show 2 days ago talking.
What's
about
it retail for?
Like $25.
How durable is it?
It's the most durable bait ever. It's a elastomer, so it's not 3X plastic, and I'm not taking it out of the box because I bought that one's worth like $150 right now. But it's it's like rubbery. It's rubbery is the way I could say it. Like it doesn't rip. Like you put a hook in it, you can pull it as hard as you want, and that hook's not going to rip it.
Do you remember Frank Terminator had that soft plastic stuff?
No, I don't. I remember the spinner baits they had.
Yes.
No, they had.
I remember that.
Terminator sponsored me for a while.
They had plastics that were elastic, I think is what they called it, and they spelled it weird.
Elastec, but that's the 3X stuff. This is elastomer, so this doesn't stretch.
No stretch?
No, it's like a regular plastic, a little bit less stretch than plastic, but it's like kind of
unbreakable.
Hard. Yeah, it's unbreakable.
So what would happen?
My spirit working for you for 15 years.
So you said that was worth.
Matt, that was shattered.
Oh yeah. So why is that one worth $150?
Because they're brought in from Hide Up, which is it's not a Rather Outdoors, it's not a Spro, it's not a Pure Fishing. It's like a small Japanese company that makes all these unique things. I just had them out of the show, and they're right now they're in the process of trying to figure out how to maximize the market. But I mean, there's limited amounts that are coming in, and
is it trademarked?
I didn't get into that part of it. I mean, is it trademarked to the point of Ronald A. Davis and the Chatterbait in 2002 or 2002? Yeah, no, it's not.
So when are you going to start?
I saw 6 cents, or like Ben Milliken posted something on like one that was similar with 6 cents. It's like, should we drop this? And Yamamoto GSM has one that's out. Like there's already it's
you can't stop the copying. Once it starts, it goes. It goes like wildfire.
Hags has one out already.
Is Pradco coming out with one?
I would venture to say so.
I don't know.
Does color matter?
We're still trying to figure it out. It's that, but that's what I'm saying. It's a great social experiment because it went from so underground to so mainstream so quickly. It'll be interesting to see how long it's effective. There's not a slow rise to it. It went
Does it have salt in it?
No. I'll have 2 of them tomorrow. They're coming tomorrow. So
I can't wait. Like, I mean, and for the majority of it, like the bait guys like Frank haven't even gotten their hands on it yet. So who knows what variations and rigging and all sorts of stuff is going to come out with.
Yeah,
so
what kind of hook? I've actually already designed some rigging stuff for it. And,
what kind of hook, Frank?
Well, that's proprietary, Mark.
Yeah, I can't disclose.
Like, listen, there's
typically what kind of hook?
No one knows. You don't understand how quick this came about. That's why no one used it, because look at this thing. It's big. Like, that's my fist next to it. Like, how do you rig that? that's the biggest thing, the biggest detriment in it, Mark, is it's hard to figure out how. Like, do you put a big hook in it? Do you put a small hook in it? Do you put a treble hook in it? Do you put a stinger? Like, there's like at the Open, there were like 10 boats on either side of me. They all had koikis on. I had koikis on, the whole 9 yards.
And I would venture to say,
yeah, if you were to take every koiki on every boat, there wasn't a single boat that had it rigged the same. Because then you have to put weights in it. Some guys rig it heavy. Some guys rig it really light. Some guys are throwing it on spinning rods. Some guys are throwing it on bait casters. There's literally 20. Like, if you have 10 different guys, they're going to rig it 10 different ways right now. It's not like a Texas rig bait.
Right. What's going to happen is we're going to figure out the best possible ways to fish it, and we're going to figure out new things about it that people aren't even thinking about yet. That's what's going to happen with this bait. And I've been doing a lot of research, and there is some opportunities.
So, Frank, what can you compare it to that has taken place over history? Nothing.
Nothing.
Wow.
It's not a minnow. It's not a whopper plopper. Nope. It's not a chatterbait. It's not an Alabama. That's not true. That's not true. If you were to make the loosest comparison to it, it would be the very first time before you had seen how it was fished, an Alabama rig.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Okay, then let me ask you this, Frank. What about, when was it?
Yesterday.
No, hang on. Late 80s, I think. Late 80s, early 90s, when the Sluggo came out, and people were like, "You got to be kidding!"
Because you knew how to rig the Sluggo.
Yeah, but then people
looked like a bait. It just didn't have any action, so you're like, "Why would fish eat?"
It was just a hunk of plastic, though. I mean,
but the Sluggo had 2 universal ways to fish it. Period.
You could still go out and Carolina rig or weightless rig a Sluggo.
Yeah. Okay. This thing, Mark, trust me.
You don't know.
This is in its infancy as what anglers are going to do with this in the future, and how long this is going to last.
So here's the other thing. Almost every single smallmouth tournament is being won on a dice style bait or the tiny one. That's a 13 millimeter.
And the millimeter is how thick the ball is.
Then there's a 17 millimeter.
Wow. Okay.
Then there's a full cast. I would assume there'll be a double full cast. Those are those two in comparison. Let's see if I can do this.
You got it. You can put the third one on top of them.
That's talent right there.
Oh,
okay.
Man, you're styling and profiling.
Looks like the solar system.
Yeah. You can't store them. Now, Gamakatsu, Spro, they have some ways that you can take the wire and store them in a box. But for the most part,
you got to
this is a compartment in your tackle in your boat. Like, you look like I had a whole compartment in my boat. It had 8 baits in it. That was all. It was just my koiki compartment behind the seat.
Koikis.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I didn't even catch them on it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But I also know guys who top 10'd on it and had 1 and never lost it and fished it all practice and all tournament. Yeah, I also know guys who had 2 and broke 2 off in practice and were mentally distraught. I also know guys who threw it all practice, didn't catch anything on it. Like, it's 100% a confidence thing, a time on the water thing, a situation thing, an understanding of what the fish are doing thing.
It's more about understanding what that thing does. It's not, forget about how the damn thing looks. It's about what it does.
What does it do? Float? Sink?
Well, if it's if you threw it on the water, it would float.
It does nothing. That's the thing. That's why, if you take that koiki and shake it, it does nothing. The only thing that it does is when you pop it, it collapses and then it opens up and then it sits there.
Huh.
Now the other ones, the unis, the other ones that are softer, they move when you reel it in.
Okay. Wow.
It's wild.
Okay.
Yeah, it's new, man. New stuff.
Really mimic anything. I mean, what are those things in the ocean that look like that?
Jellyfish, sea urchins.
Sea urchins. Huh. All right. I want to know. When we go, Matt, I want to see you catch one.
I would like to catch one.
It's a work in progress.
It's a work in progress.
I promise you, I'll be catching them on it this year.
Okay. I'm coming back to Cleveland. Same bat time, same bat channel. So.
Yeah, you got to let me know because I'm traveling a lot during that time of year. So you got to let me know. Look at that. The only thing
Holy cow.
The only thing cooler than the lure is that bass, dude. Look at that. That is a sloppy fish right there. God almighty.
That is massive.
That is such a good fish. Man.
How far down was Rayburn, Matt?
9.5 feet.
Huh.
It was way down.
The Black Forest was very visible then.
You literally could see the outline.
Wow.
It was growing leaves.
Wow. All right, Frank, I have to ask, and this is the only basketball that we'll talk, but are you happy with the James Harden trade?
I like, yeah, you can't ignore it. I mean, you can't ignore it. We needed a player that can move the needle and a player that could help. We needed a big body out there and an educated one. Nothing against Darius Garland because I love the guy. I think he's a great guy. He's a hell of an athlete. And some of the guys we got rid of were, I watched them since their inception into the game.
I got to go get something cool. Keep talking. Sorry, I totally forgot about this.
I am so mad at you, Matt. I want a beer so bad and I can't leave. I'm real. The team is a powerful team right now. And I think what they did was they made trades to make sure that when we get to the playoffs, we could get through the playoffs.
Yeah.
I don't think we could have got through the playoffs before. And even though they were outstanding players, every one of them that we traded was a great player.
Yeah.
We just didn't have we needed some more body size. We needed a little more experience in the postseason.
I get it.
And so so they made that move. I was sad to see Darius go, because I like the way he plays. He's been injured for a while. Strus is probably gone. He's been injured all season. I think he'll get healthy during the playoffs. But then what are you going to do? Because he hasn't played in a year.
Yeah.
You're not going to put him in when everything's on the line, I don't think.
I get it. Well, we will see. And hopefully the Thunder and the Cavs will hook up.
Again, but hopefully it's a different turnaround.
Hey, did they catch the guys that rip people off? Is that an ongoing thing or done? Or
I've never gotten involved in that.
The
dual threat fishing. I'm not on the inside of that. So
that thing?
Yeah.
Allegedly, I don't even want to get into that.
Well, I just wanted to think, and the only reason I asked.
No, he apparently was going by an alias, and it
made national news.
Dude, I knew that was effed up from the get-go.
Now, I will say, so the guys from WBE, the World Bass Enterprises that are doing the top 25,
that's brilliant.
and all that, I had them on. They sent me a hat. So at least I'm wearing the World Bass Enterprises hat right now. That seems like it could go. Like I'm very optimistic about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
That would be great for the sport.
I think I told Bass to do that in 2004. 2004,
22 years ago, Frank.
Yeah. No shit. I mean, that's a God honest truth.
Yeah.
All right, you guys want to see something cool?
Please.
Absolutely.
So Frankie kept saying, dude, my buddy John. Do you know John too, Frank?
Depends which one.
Say his name. O'Farrell.
Go ahead.
He was like, dude, my buddy John has something that he thinks would be a great addition to the studio. Because if you look in the back, I've got a bunch of nostalgic stuff, including the Wheaties box with Denny Brower.
Yeah, JMO. Yeah. I know exactly who it is.
Oh, I didn't know he went by is that a moniker?
It's an alias. No, I don't know.
Like a KVD?
Yeah, exactly.
He better catch him if you go by 3 initials.
Yeah, exactly.
But he was like, hey, I got something that he gave to me to give to you at the Open that would be a great addition to the studio. And I was like, okay. And I'm like, I really don't have a burning desire to rearrange the studio. I like how it is in the background. I have my 2 gold medals there. Big bass from that. And once I saw him, I was like, I'm going to have to rearrange the studio. So these will be going in the studio. These are like old. I don't even know how old they are. They are like outdoor sportsman's 12-inch collectible figures.
Oh my God, man.
This is the Clark Wendlandt 2000 Angler of the Year. So I'm assuming around 2001. Talks about it completely on the back. It's got his trophies there. It's got a Gambler Worms hat, a net, his Kellogg's, a Ranger tackle box, his jersey from when he was with Kellogg's. It's got all of his sponsors on it, and it's the Clark Wendlandt edition, like that.
Holy smokes, man!
Now this one will get you right here. It also comes with the Jimmy Houston edition.
That's outstanding.
12-inch action figure. It's got the dip net. It's got a chair he can sit on, a tackle box. Now, the wild thing is this is actually signed by Jimmy Houston in 2001.
Damn.
And also signed on the front by Jimmy Houston.
Holy smokes, man.
Where did he get those at?
I have absolutely no idea. And I was like, how much does he want? He's like, no, he wants you to put him in the studio. Like,
he's a good dude, man. Let me tell you a story. So he calls me up. He goes, hey, we're going ice fishing at this lake. And I said, he goes, you want to go? And I said, yeah, me and Frankie will meet you out there. So he goes, well, we'll be out there and he said what time he's going to be out there. And I said, well, I'm not going out there that early, but I'll meet you out there. So we met him out there, and we had an absolute ball bust. He brought a grill out there, cooking food. I mean, it wasn't like fishing. It was like partying and eating all day. It was fabulous. And we caught the crap out of the crappies too. But
the funniest thing, if I zoom in, I don't know if I can get it. Look at the look on Jimmy's face.
Looks like he's been hanging out with some California folk.
Wow.
I mean, look at those blonde eyebrows.
That's great. That is fabulous, man.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. I got nothing else. What else do you guys have before we wrap it? We're 2 hours in, and we got to do a regular. I'm going to just start this sentence over again. We're 2 hours in, and we have to do a regular BTL day for tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. live, where you will tease the next drop for the Frank Scalish signature color. We'll give some more information about where we are at the Classic, and
I gotta find out what it is.
You don't know what it is, Frank?
Oh God, no.
We're doing a deep dive, but I, for the life of me, can't remember what we talked about, because when we were going over topics,
well, we went over the topic.
Is this this is JMO right here? Is this
John? What's up, dude?
What's going on?
Good for you, man.
I had people telling me that I was internet famous.
You're
now responsible for the Wendlandt and the Jimmy Houston action figures.
Yeah, I am. Whenever I saw those, I thought that there was no better place that they should be displayed than at BTL.
Yes, they will definitely be in the studio as soon as I finagle. I have a lot of stuff here that I can take down. I need to redo the whole studio. It's getting a little bit cluttered. But these two, definitely front and center. Do you mind telling the story of how you came across these things?
It's not nearly as exciting. I have a third job. So I work 2 full-time jobs. My third job is I go and I pick stuff and resell it. and that's how I fund my my fishing addiction. So I was at a flea market, and there they were, and like you just can't pass up those because there may not be another one out there.
Right.
Yeah, a quarter
but
century old.
I was a little sad because you had Clark Winland on last year, and he was in studio, correct?
No, Clark hasn't been in studio with me.
Okay, well now he has a reason to be in studio, so you can get him to sign that one.
I might have to make amends with Clark because I wasn't happy how he went anti-live scope and may have said some things about that.
Hey, I'm real good friends with him because I gave him a Clark Wendlandt Blazers jersey because he's a huge hockey fan.
There you go.
Oh, maybe we could bond. We could bond over that. I got nothing. I like Clark Wendlandt. I mean, guy's a freaking first class human being. Nothing but good things to say about Clark Wendlandt.
We could have a all hockey show.
Yeah, we have had Jimmy Houston in studio though. How did you get that signed, or was it signed when you bought it?
So, it was not signed whenever I bought it. Jimmy came to Northeast Ohio a couple weeks back. It just happened to coincide with the blizzard of the century around here. So he got delayed, and I wasn't able to make the show that he was at. So I had to pull some strings, and I got somebody to take it there. He came a week later and really wasn't, too much fanfare with it, but I got it signed. There was supposed to be a signed Ranger hat with it also, but our local boat dealer lost it. So, but at least I got my doll back. Yeah, well, I mean, it was his hat that he was getting signed to give to me along with the doll back. And then whenever I went to go get it from somebody, it just wasn't there. If you've ever dealt with a boat dealer, he's a really great guy, but it's very plausible that he could lose a signed hat at his own store.
Well, thank you very much. These are great additions. I know Frankie, also thank you for Frankie. We were at the meeting and Frankie's like, dude, come to the truck. I got something for you. And they were, I'll give Frankie a shout out there. They're doing their St. Jude fundraiser, and there are some Frankie for the Jude hats with him and Juice that I think Juice will have for sale up. And then these two things. So I had them back, and they will live in the BTL studio.
That is awesome. I'm glad they got a good home.
Hey, Matt, just look at his name on the screen.
JMO.
There you go.
Yeah. So you must catch him.
He catches them.
It's a lot of luck.
Okay. He catches them.
You've also had the panic late night order at Taco Warehouse where in order to make yourself feel better, you click on the yes, I would like the additional hoodie along with my order that I haven't had enough money on.
That's exactly right. No, that's what happens when you buy lures online after hours.
Oh, I'm the same way. I just did all the clean out because Court moved in here. I had like a drawer of those shirts where I was like, I'm not going to wear those anymore. There's a bunch of people wandering around Shawnee, Oklahoma now with Taco Warehouse shirts on.
Yeah, I got a couple of those too.
That's outstanding.
That's fantastic. No, dude, that made my week. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you. And thanks for jumping on. That was bonus.
That is
well,
cool.
Frankie messaged me. He's like, hey, on YouTube, I just happened to be at Sheets eating dinner after work. And, I got on and I was like, oh, there's a link here. I was going to leave a comment. Had no idea how to do that on my phone. So I guess I'm just joining like the old men's club pretty much. Like you get technology and you can't figure it. You just start hitting buttons and like, hey, here I am.
Yeah, no,
That's
that worked
perfect.
out fantastic.
I'm glad you got in, man.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to finish my dinner. You guys have a great night.
All right. I appreciate it. Thank you.
No problem. Bye.
Give me a holler.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah. All right.
That was cool. All right. We're 2 hours and 13. Yeah. Let's just wrap it up. We got an early morning.
Matt, quick question.
Yes, sir.
Are you watching Shoresy at all?
No, I'm just watching Olympic gold medals.
Have you seen any season of Shoresy?
I've seen Shoresy. It is an iconic hockey show.
Yeah, season 5 just dropped. It's
I
hilarious.
need to catch up on it. So I'm fully invested in a show right now called The Traitors. Are you familiar with it?
No.
It's
Netflix?
on Peacock.
No, haven't heard about it.
It's like a game show, kind of.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
There's people from like Survivor and Housewives and all that on it, and I didn't know that like any of them, but I don't know how I ended up into it. But I'm so invested in it that I don't listen to other podcasts outside of like, like I'll listen to Mercer or something like that occasionally. But I'm like kind of podcast out because I do about 15 hours a week with BTL. Now it seems. I listen to the Traders official podcast that drops following each episode that breaks down the drama that goes on.
Dude, you
each
are
week.
invested, man. You are
wow.
over.
Please tell me that someone else on here.
You're over.
There's got to be someone else.
Never
on here
heard
that
of
watches the Traders.
I know what you're talking about. I refuse to watch it. I'm just saying.
Look, I get no support and just people that say, "Wow."
Yeah, none. All right, one last hockey question: best stick save in the history of the Olympic Games?
No,
behind the back deflect.
Best save in the history of the sport.
Okay,
behind the back deflect, dude.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and he had a bass on his helmet.
Best save in hockey history, unless you're from Canada.
Well, I mean, but if you think about it, that is like probably the two best teams in the world.
Not probably, it is. My wife makes me watch Traders after I make her watch BTL.
That's fair. Hey, that's a fair trade. Oh, and for all you drinkers out there, 100%.
There you go. Bottoms up.
I mean, can you think of a save? I mean, that save I think will be as iconic as Bobby Orr's Stanley Cup winning goal, where then he flies through the air.
I remember, and you wouldn't know about this, but I do remember Ken Dryden. For the
Canadians
making a diving save, and he deflected the puck with the front of his stick. It wasn't like
the Stanley Cup Finals.
Stanley Cup Finals.
But that comes around every year.
Yeah.
This was 50 years in the making.
I agree.
And then it comes off of the Four Nations, and then it was on the 40-something anniversary of the Miracle
46.
on Ice.
Yeah.
It was great.
There was so many elements that you'll never be able to replicate that again. And then that save was just absolute mint.
Agree. Frank, it was great seeing you, man.
Thanks for jumping on, Mark. When do the playoffs start? If people want to follow the playoffs and how SNU is doing in nationals and stuff, what are the dates? Where are
March 13th through 16th. We will be in Fort Worth, live streamed on snubowling.com. And then if we're one of the top four, we're headed for nationals in Green Bay this year. Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Nice. What time of year?
Bring a drop shot.
April.
Oh, dude.
April.
Dude, I'd be towing something up there.
I don't think they'll let me do that behind the bus. Probably not a good idea. Hey, we got to make it first. All right.
Don's become a BTL legend during the show. He's have to have his stomach pumped.
He's gonna catch up with us tomorrow morning.
T-shirts, get that T-shirt made, Matt.
You agree? So wait, is this the first time in BTL history, Mark, me and you, we're on the same page? The Frank Scalish early 80s legend T-shirt needs to happen 100%.
Oh my God.
Yes.
I love it.
Yeah. He's not going to work tomorrow.
Oh, no, we're not done.
What
now?
Someone said, can Mark taste or smell yet?
Oh, nope. Still can't.
That brings me to the video that, in case we ran out of things to talk about.
Oh God, I can only imagine.
I was going to play tonight. And like every once in a while, you'll just sit back and you'll be like, God, this is a weird world that we live in. Whether it's bowling or bass fishing, it's like a niche fringe sport. I'm comfortable saying that. It's not mainstream, right?
Okay.
And there's all sorts of little nuances and stuff. So I come across
oh no.
What's he got, Frank?
A competition of elite sommeliers.
What?
The wine connoisseurs, the ones who decide the wine.
Yeah.
And this is from, I believe, the 2023 like Grand National World Championships
of wine tasting,
where this lady is presented a mystery wine. She's like the best in the world at it, and she has 4 minutes to use her palate
to figure out whose wine it is.
Figure out what wine it is.
Oh my God.
And it is phenomenal. There she is.
What's her name?
It's something French. So you'll see here in a second. Like, look at
that was the very first vintage it was made.
Please make a full organoleptic tasting of the left wine. You have 4 minutes.
Thank you. May I just put a glass of water first? Thank you.
She's going to cleanse her palate with the water. This has nothing to do with fishing.
So as we have time, I repeat again. Please make a full organoleptic tasting of the left wine. You have 4 minutes starting now.
The wine in the glass is a clear, day-bright red wine. It has a ruby color and a beginning garnet hue, indicating that it is a developing wine. The viscosity of the wine is generous, and there is a clear staining of the tears, indicating extraction. It is having no sediments, and it's a still wine. On the nose, the wine is clean. It has an elevated aroma intensity. It's very complex. Aromas of evolution as well as dried fruit carries the picture. Furthermore, we find dried fig. There's fresh dark plum and cassis leaves.
Is this not fantastic?
There's warm spices with nutmeg and allspice.
She hasn't even tasted it.
A little bit of vanilla, tobacco.
And she only has 4 minutes.
Baked clay minerality, but also these tertiary umami notes with mushrooms.
God, I'm
and
so
earth.
glad someone asked the
It has
tasting
been aged in
smell.
partly new oak.
The only thing better would be if she lets out a huge burp.
Nose is a developing wine. On the palate, it's clean. It has a moderate acidity that is quite well integrated into the wine. It has silky tannins harmonious with the fruit. We find a balanced level of alcohol, and aromas show the same as we do on the nose. The tannins themselves, they are ripe and a fine-grained character. It's a medium-bodied wine.
Just wait.
Flavors leading on are the evolution notes with forest floor, mushrooms, as well as the dried fruit spectrum with dark
mushrooms.
Following, we find plum, cassis, sweet spices with nutmeg and allspice, and still this baked clay minerality prevails. It has a strong intensity and a long finish, and it's a complex wine, which really has been aged in partly new oak. It's coming from a moderate climate, and it's a more modern style of wine.
Just wait. This is where it gets wild.
The quality of the wine is high. We find a brilliant balance between the acidity in the wine and the fruit condition. At the same time, it sits at a very pleasant evolution level, so drink it now and over the course of the next 3 to 5 years to come. Decant it before serving. I suspect there might be some sediments in it, but also to allow it to breathe. Serve it at 16 to 18 degrees Celsius to enhance the elegance of it in a sleek Bordeaux-style glass. This is brilliant to have with darker cuts of meat or game. I would suggest to have venison with a parsnip puree and a sauce gestrique truffles on the top. That both mirrors the earthy tones of the wine, but at the same time give these velvet tannins an adequate piece of meat to work with. The gestrique sauce enhances the aromatic and fruity side of the wine.
We're 2.5 hours.
It is a wine that is coming from Argentina. It is a blend on Cabernet Sauvignon Merlot, and it's coming from Mendoza. It's a Bordeaux wine. I'm very sorry. It's a wine coming from Bordeaux, France, and it's a blend on Cabernet Sauvignon and Merlot, classic Bordeaux blend. It is from vintage 2010, a really great vintage showing the vibrance, and it is from a Cru Classé on the left bank. It might even be older.
Man, Otis the drunk could have done it in 60 seconds. Frank.
Listen, she's doing her work.
In Saint-Estèphe. In a menu, this wine would be beautiful to have at the last highlight of the meal before moving onwards to the sweet part. It is really beautiful in its
They go nuts at
structure,
the end.
allowing it to be served with many variations of food. Apart from the venison, we can indeed also serve something like very hard cheeses to go with it, so that we try to imagine opening up a bottle of history. Evening where you just lean back. Social media, which some people do. This is certainly also one of the bucket list wines that you will see a little bit of likes coming from drinking, because not everybody. Thank you.
That. You think we do? You think we take our stuff
Holy
seriously?
cow, man.
I mean, like, listen, I saved that to the end because I figured if you're listening for 2 hours and 20 minutes, you'll just go ahead and listen for 2 hours and 24.
Yeah, good call.
Is that not impressive?
Oh, that's insane. That's insane.
Could you do that with beer, Frank?
Let's see.
Oh, that was impressive.
Well, I mean, you think about what she discerned out of that, the flavor palette, where the grapes came from, which side of the freaking hill they were on.
What year? How do you find out what year from that?
How it was aged?
Yeah, I mean, come on. I mean,
dude,
I could never do that. I could never do that.
I think we ended on that note, fellas.
That was
all
cool.
right.
Thanks, boys. Thanks for
Peace
having
out,
me on,
Marcus.
man.
See you, Mark.
I'll see you, buddy.
I had no clue where tonight was going.
I had none either, which is
that's
fine.
2 hours and a half of your life. I'll see you in 11 hours.
All right, my man.
Did you ever say what we're talking about tomorrow?
No.
What did we talk about? Because when we had that discussion, a raccoon had gotten into my trash can, and I was in the backyard picking up pieces of trash, trying to put it back into the trash bin, and so I was distracted. But I thought we came up with a good topic.
You cold water jigs, early season jigs.
Yes, early season jigs tomorrow.
All right, man.
See ya.
Adios, buddy.
All right, this has been another edition of Day 4. We'll see everybody tomorrow. Later.